Hello and welcome to Finley Stadium as the Tigers get set for their season kickoff under their new head coach, Jake Russell. I think this has been put together as much as a prize fight has across UFC, boxing. I mean, this is Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. It's gotten the same hype and the same build-up. Coach Jake Russell is back. His first coaching opportunity here at Campbellsville as the head coach, and I know there is a buzz. There are more people in the stadium than I've seen in a long time. Everybody in the community is showing up and showing out for the Tigers today. I'm Colin Sheffield, the voice of Tiger football. Alongside me is Khalil Baker and Brett Sow on the call for today. Guys, it's football season. It's back. I'm so glad to have it.
Today is a big day, and through your speech right there, great monologue, by the way, it just kind of set in with me how big of a deal it is today. So I can't even imagine how Coach Russell's feeling, for his first game of the season as a head coach for the City Tigers.
Well, obviously, obviously the coaching changes over the year. Obviously, it's a transition. You get new players coming in from the transfer portal. It's a lot of new faces that we're going to get to learn, and the fans are going to get to learn and see today. And it's just exciting to have football back in the atmosphere. And I just love this time of year, and I'm just ready to roll.
Let me go ahead and do my due diligence. I'm going to go ahead and plug our new show, Under Center with Jake Russell. We sit down with Jake Russell every week, and I'll sit down and talk and get to figure out his thoughts on the game upcoming. If you all want to learn a little bit more about Coach Russell, his heart, his mission, it's on fire for Campbellsville University. Go back and watch that here on the YouTube page. You can find it. It's a great interview. Loved having him. We'll have him back every week. We'll discuss, and it's a great time, so be sure to tune in for that so you can stay really connected, get a behind-the-scenes look into Tiger football. But the Tigers taking the field here, and this crowd is hyped up. They're amped up. And this last game, I mean, it was a shootout in Pikeville last year, and I think that's probably an understatement. 66-41. The Tigers lost that one, but all the people that were the big players in that game are in this game. Gillis, who's our starting quarterback, Jagger Gillis, threw for 495 yards, 3 touchdowns. One of the quarterbacks for Pikeville that they kind of use interchangeably, he's not listed as the starter today, but we may see him come out. That's Xavier Malone. He threw for 417 yards and 6 touchdowns. Our very own Andre Seiler caught 10 for 198 and 3 touchdowns. And Derek Griffith for Pikeville had 5 for 141 and a few touchdowns himself.
Yeah, that was a crazy game. Of course, I wasn't there to call it with you guys, but just to even look back at the score, look back at the film, and see what happened, how it happened. It's kind of wild to watch, But I don't think I'm expecting some of the same today. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm expecting to see a little bit out of this defense. Of course, he went them to ease in a little bit. First game, mistakes are gonna happen. A lot of jitters out there, but I'm not expecting a shootout today.
This is a very new coaching staff for the most part. You have returners like Coach Hunter Brown and Coach Matt Atwood. They returned. Now, we have several new coaches as well. Our new defensive coordinator, Jody Ford. Our new D-line coach, Jeff Owens. Our new secondary coach and special teams coordinator, Ryan Beatty. And let's see, who could I forget? Chris Lane at offensive line. Hunter Brown has taken the quarterbacks. And head coach Jake Russell is commanding the offense as we get set for kickoff. This season is about to get underway as the Bears will kick off to the Tigers. And the Tigers will get to start this season, hopefully, off with a bang.
Ooh, I'm a little nervous, Colin. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little nervous. All right.
And just like that, brand new season is underway as the ball flies back to the 20. It's fielded by Ashton Alker. Ashton Alker curls up, gets to the 35, 36-yard line. It looks like he'll be brought down. Good starting field position to get this Tiger offense started.
Now, when you look back at last year's game against U-Pike, they like to do a little a bit of everything on defense, but they're also very aggressive, give a lot of aggressive looks, a lot of middle field open, safeties down, and they're going to try you a little bit right here. I'm expecting to see the offense, from the Tigers just to open things up a little bit more, keep them guessing a little bit, and to really take advantage of those aggressive looks from Pike.
Gillis, your starting quarterback. Trey Bass back behind him. Fakes a handoff. Screen pass over to Patrick Oden on the far side. He slips a tackle, gets to the 45, and a very good gain of offense on the first throw. Good blocking out front as well on the screen.
Yeah, nice job by Oden to continue turning his legs, getting upfield quick. Great job by the blockers outside. That is like literally the hardest play to try to block up and sustain your blocks without holding or anything like that. So good job on the first play offense.
There's some familiar faces on the line, some new faces as well. Lawan Mugashi, Quan Evans, C.J. Dillis, some new faces to the offensive line. Gillis takes the snap, hands off with Bass. Bass breaks through, now into Bears territory. He'll be brought down at the Bears 49, and that's good for a Tiger first down.
Well, it's good to have Trey Bass back, isn't it? I just love watching him run. He's so tough and physical at the line, and gosh, man, he's fun to watch.
Super strong, low to the ground. Has a little shake to him, but he's powerful as well. A great runner. I'm excited to see him and the rest of the running backs today too.
Tigers in the black pants, black jerseys, maroon helmets. Gillis under center takes a hit and trying to fight through it. It's big number 88, Jack Busey, the halfback out of Hendersonville, Tennessee, transferred from East Tennessee State. Gets his first catch as a Tiger.
So, and that's what we kind of saw a lot of last year too. Pikeville, they love to bring pressure from different places, especially from the depth, with the linebackers and sometimes with the DBs as well. So that'll be something to watch out for. Maybe a little, longer snap counts, try to get them caught off a little guard.
Gillis, hands off with Bass. Bass trying to follow the blocker, but 2-on-1 doesn't usually end too well. Bass gets taken down, still at the Bears 45, 3rd and 7.
No gain on the play, that'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Seiler and Austin Mullins out here on the near side. Pat Oden and Spencer McCown on the far. Gillis has Bass to his left. Looks back over for the play call.
Seeing the situation, you're looking at 44 and I think number 7. You see how they're creeping up close to the line. Just try and give different looks, try and confuse a little bit.
Gillis looking to the left, looking downfield, throws, has Patrick Oden.
What a catch, Oden.
He had to stutter step to kind of get around on that ball, but a beautiful throw from Gillis. And one of the first longer shots we've seen. And when you have two offensive minds like Jake Russell and Hunter Brown, this is what you're going to come to expect from this offense, I think.
Two quarterbacks who have been, I guess, two of the most successful players we've had in this program.
Top two.
They've broken all the records. Coach Brown came after Jake, broke his records. It's kind of been insane that way.
They make it to the Bears 20, hands off with Bass. Bass closing in, but gets ripped down by number 29 for the defense.
But what also was impressive about that throw is Gillis had time to let that play develop. He had good protection. He had plenty of time in the pocket. He literally pitched a tent. He built a campfire. And that's something else that they struggled with last year is protecting up front.
2nd and 3, ball on the 13. Bass behind Gillis. You have Seiler here in what looks like solo coverage on the near side. Spencer McCown out in solo coverage on the left side.
No safety look here.
Looking Seiler all the way. Back shoulder, Seiler brings it down. Gosh. Touchdown, Tigers.
So nasty.
What a start.
You can't ask for a better start for Coach Jake Russell and these Tigers.
Somebody tell the defensive coaches for Pikeville they might want to double that guy in the red zone.
Seiler is huge for us. We're glad to have him back, of course. Even going back to that last look right there, you see no safeties over top. What do you do right there? You take a shot put it into your playmaker's hands and give them a chance. And Siler comes up big right there. Jagger has a beautiful a ball, just great touch on that. You can't ask for any more from that.
Colin Freitas will be the kicker, the freshman coming in, stepping in for Devin Neely, who's a little banged up this game. That one up and good, and the Tigers take a big 7-0 lead with 11 minutes left here in the first quarter. We'll step away for our first break, and we'll be right back here on the CU Sports Network. Welcome back, 7-0. Tigers take the lead over the Bears, and the energy, I'm starting to get a little chills. You get a little bit of a breeze flowing through here. It's been an extremely hot week here in Campbellsville, all across Kentucky, really. But here in Campbellsville, it's been brutal. The sun's going down. Night game to kick off your season. Just absolutely love it.
I'm listening to you, Colin, I promise. I'm looking for Coach Lane right now. He said he's going to pass out candy to his offensive linemen anytime they score. Just a little bit more incentive for them to score, I guess, but that's a great start right there.
I had to ask him to bring some of that candy up here.
I think he said something about maybe some gummies or something.
I'd take something. Gillis to Siler for 13 yards on that last one for the touchdown. Gets the Tigers off to a great start. 7 plays, 63 yards for the touchdown. Bears take it out of their own end zone, take it to the far side. A flag comes flying in.
Wow, what a hit.
There's a flag on the sideline as well. I think you're probably going to get sideline issues from the Bears as they look like they were all around the man in the black jersey. So we'll see what the referees come up with here. 2 flags were thrown in 2 separate spots. Might get a holding or a block in the back on one.
Definitely a late hit on the other, I have a feeling.
I have to say, I couldn't really see it unfold on the sideline, so I'm not sure. It came in awfully late, so I'm not sure if it was barking on the sideline or what the deal was, as our head referee in the white hat will come out and let us know the issue.
There are 2 fouls on play. During the play, we have a hold, number 36 on the return team.
A hold on the return team.
Dead ball, personal foul on the return team, number 46.
And a dead ball personal foul
Both fouls will be enforced. First down.
on the return team as well, both on Pikeville. So that ball is going to come back a good ways. They were going to start at the 41, and now they're brought back to the 27-yard line. The Bears, black pants with orange stripe, white jersey, black helmets. As their offense gets set to come out. This is another high-powered offense, but we get our first look at this Campbellsville defense. Lee Kirkland starting for the Bears. Alexander sent out on the bubble. He catches it, has a lot of room to work with, has a block out front. He's running down the sideline, cuts in. What a save. Able to trip him up was number 20, Cortland Lamar, the KCU transfer. But once again, the Bears take it right into Tiger territory as they're on the Tigers 30, and they are starting to pick up the pace. Kirkland, Sanders to his right this time, trips out right as well. Another screen play, but dragged down behind the line, pulled all the way back to the 40.
Now, we saw a lot of that at camp. You know, especially this defensive back group. They bring a lot of energy to the field, and they really take after their coach, Coach Beatty. He brings a lot of energy himself. Very successful college football player, and they really make a lot of plays, and they celebrate afterwards and let you know about it.
Kirkland Shotgun once more. Looking, throws. That's not where I thought he was going with it. He had his man over the middle, and that probably would have been a touchdown, but he looks to the sideline instead and an incomplete pass.
Everybody missed that one too, I'm not gonna lie to you.
3rd and 13. Ball on the Tigers 33. This is their first chance to force a 4 and out. Kirkland claps twice, looks to the sideline.
Great discipline from the Tigers right here.
Sideline letting him hear it. Kirkland back, has pressure, throws deep, and then that's right through that. He's going to be kicking himself for that one. That's Anton Fant, and you see him make those catches all the time. That was a fly ball out to center field, and he just let it slip through his hands.
Those are the ones you hate. Those are the ones that hurt the most, and those are the ones you never forget about. Trust me, I have lived that, and I feel bad for you, Anton.
Khalil, you have soft hands, man. You can catch it.
I'm telling you,
catch everything.
Maybe a flag football when I was on the field. Oh my gosh! I think I dropped every pass my senior year that came to me. I played defense, obviously. So
Bears going for it on 4th down. Kirkland takes a shot up, and pass is broken up. Number 28, Nehemiah Bailey on the coverage, and the Tigers get the ball back. They'll take over on their own 33, 1st and 10, 9:41. They still lead 7-0. So it works out well. Pikeville really doesn't have the best kicker. They don't really have the best kickers to go at it. Most of their kickers have a long of about 20 yards, 27 yards, give or take. So if you can keep them pinned back, more than likely they're going to try to go for that. And you see here, just one more look at that Seiler touchdown on the last drive.
Beautiful.
Go up and get it. Gillis has Bass to his left, trips outright. Bass goes in motion. Gillis reads through the progressions, has Shepperson wide open, takes the hit, rumbles to the Bears' 40-yard line. 1st down.
Just to go back to the defense real quick, what a great job after that first play, giving up that big chunk play to be able to just dig their heels in and get off the field and get a stop on the 4th down. That was awesome.
That's what Coach Ford talks about, that bend, don't break mentality. They're not concerned with the offense driving the ball, but once they get to that red zone, they're locking in and they're stopping that defense.
Gillis takes a snap, quick throw to Seiler. Can't get the block out front from Shepperson, but still another man coming. And Bears were all over that one as they drop them 2 yards back.
And yeah, going back to that last drive, I was so excited to see how the defense would start off. Of course, they're easing into everything, still waiting on some guys to get cleared for different reasons. But to see them come out there with that stop, get that first stop in their first drive, and we got a new group basically on both sides of the ball. A lot of pressure and trying to ease into things, but both sides have gone to a great start so far.
Halfback sitting off to the left. Bass moves from right to left. Gillis throws, has McCown over the middle. McCown moving forward, gets to the 25, a little bit more, They'll spot him where he rumbled down. That takes him to the Bears' 19-yard line, and another Tiger 1st down.
And it's something different that we've haven't had in the past few years is we have some older guys on both sides of the ball. Right now, you're seeing basically a veteran offensive line really coming together and helping Jagger have some time in the pocket so he can get to his progressions and make plays.
Gillis takes it, throws over to Shepperson, takes a big hit, able to hold on to it though. They'll get to the other referee comes in and calls it incomplete. Shepperson doesn't look happy about it, but nonetheless.
Does he not know who he is? That's Luke Shepperson right there.
He doesn't drop a pass.
Come on now.
So 2nd and 10, the Tigers will stay at the 19.
Yeah, Gillis just threw that a little behind Luke on that play, and that's a tough throw to make for anybody. But it just was a little soft, a little behind, so still thought he caught it.
Yeah, great adjustment from Luke right there. Why don't we challenge him? I'm just kidding.
We got the replay right here.
That's right. Gillis keeps it and got really lucky there as he kept it, pulled it out of Bass's stomach, throws it over, gets batted away. Luckily, it falls to the turf, stays 3rd and 10.
Damage averted. Was it disaster averted? Damage? It doesn't matter.
I think disaster, but hey, they both work. You do what you want, man.
Tigers
Live to
looking
fight
over the
another day.
sideline, trying to get the call in. 20 seconds on the play clock. 7:44 here in the first quarter. Still 7-0 Tigers. 3rd and 10 on the Bears 19. Pass moves right to left. He's looking Seiler. Seiler, what a route ran by the Tigers, and touchdown Seiler. His second of the ball game. 14-0.
Good thing I started him on my fantasy.
Oh my God. All right. I don't know if you guys are going to believe me or not. All right. I wrote down some keys to the game before this, okay? Actually, Colin, Brett, I'll show you what I said. Take advantage of Pikeville's looks and what they give you. They're going to give some aggressive looks at times. They show a lot of no safety, middle field open looks. Safety didn't play with much depth. Sometimes 9 yards, sometimes even closer. What are we doing right now? They are taking advantage of those looks, and they are being very aggressive on the offensive end, even for this, this new start, this new team right here.
I can confirm Khalil Baker does know what he's talking about.
Sometimes.
That one's up and good. 14-0. Tigers take the lead, and the energy is at an all-time high. We're going to step away for a quick break. We'll be back here on the CU Sports Network. Tigers lead 14-0. 7:39 left in the first quarter as they're going to kick away to the Bears. Seiler with 2 touchdowns already, and we are not out of the first quarter.
Off to a great start. This is exactly what you want just for your home opener even then, but just first game of the season. There's energy on both sides of the field for the Tigers. Hopefully we can get some good special teams going on too and just really get that energy going up a lot more. Boot.
And that one goes to the back. Touchback, so the Bears will bring it out. And they will start to try to get a drive. We'll see if this defense can hold once more. They got a little bit, and that was one of my things, Khalil. As you can see, I wrote down a lot of the stats for Alex Sanders, a redshirt senior out of Hazelhurst, Georgia, and he is a very much involved running back in the passing game. They run him through there. He has a lot of yardage. He was actually the team's second leading receiver last season. Sanders gets the handoff this time. Excuse me, they had me fooled as they pitch it out.
A little RPO there, from the Bears.
That'll gain a first down, it looks like.
That's a good read from the quarterback, but I'm almost surprised he didn't want to run it a little bit more. He is a massive man, folks.
Actually, 9-yard gain, so 2nd and 1. Kirkland hands off this time to Sanders. And it looks like they'll push forward for the first down.
Finally getting a run in right there. We've seen a lot of pass from the Bears so far, trying to be aggressive, get the ball out there to guys in space, make some plays. And that's kind of what they did last year, too. We missed a lot of tackles. They got some guys who can make some plays on the outside.
Trips out right. Here comes that screen play once more. Gets through. Tigers able to take him out after about a gain of 6.
Talking with Coach Ford, I got to, talk to him a little bit this past week. He's expecting, Pikeville to, do what they're doing, be aggressive, in the air. He thinks that front 7 is going to sure things up, but they're going to try that front 7.
2nd and 4 on the Bears 42. Another quick hitter from Kirkland over to the side. They get to the 50, or they're going to call him just shy. 49, still in Bears territory, but another first down. as the Bears are putting together a little bit more of a piece-together drive this time rather than the big chunk.
Screen left, screen right.
And excuse me, they're going to try the DBs quite often.
Pulls from Sanders. Looks like Kirkland's going to take it himself. The big man, 6'6", 255 senior, trying to rumble his way through on the quarterback keeper.
And that's where the defense has to remain disciplined. You know, it'll get easy if you're seeing those screens and those things to get aggressive, and then that's when they're going to
They're going to lull you
take
to sleep,
advantage.
right?
Yes, and they're going to throw over the top. You just got to be disciplined. Stick to your cues.
2nd and 6, ball on the Tigers' 47. Kirkland drops back, throws a quick hitter over the middle. No good and no flag. So one thing I was a little worried about. I wasn't sure if he got there too early, but no flag comes out.
Linebacker right there needs to hold that window just a little bit longer. You know, he needs to know he has help out there for the running back, but he needs to hold that window just a little bit longer to take away that passing lane and make it a little bit more difficult for the quarterback.
Kirkland once again with Sanders out to his right, 3 to his left. Double clap for the snap. Throws down the sideline, and he throws the flag.
And his hat.
I think he couldn't get to his flag, so he chucked the hat first. And starting to see a little bit of a rainbow out there in the distance as well. Just over at Campbellsville High School. We'll see what the call is. I'm assuming you're probably going to get a pass interference.
Yeah, I think Nigel got hands on, especially a little bit too late right there. And
Pass interference on the defense, number 4.
Pass interference on Nigel Nerese.
First down.
So that is a spot foul, so they'll move it forward and a first down. As we take a look at that replay here. And just got into him way too early. Now, we can have the argument that is that catchable? Now, that ball goes sailing out of bounds, but I'm up here. Kirkland, shotgun, rolling to his left, now spins to his right, a quick hitter, read perfectly by Nerese. Just couldn't hold on to it, but a great pass breakup from Nigel Nerese.
this defense looks super prepared and well coached right now. You know, they're going to let up some big plays here and there. It's just going to happen. We're in a very talented, you know, in any eyes, a very talented place to be in, right? You know, but, you know, they respond very well. They've responded very well so far. And they're doing a very good job, you know, and that's a lot of salute to the coaching staff here. You know, Coach Ford's raved about his coaching staff, but we got Coach Beatty, Coach Owens, all those guys. Coach Atwood, of course.
Trips out to the left. Solo man out top on the right. Hands off with Sanders instead, and a massive hit. Number 48, Ellis Reed, another transfer from KCU. This was something we talked about in the coaches show. I asked Coach Russell, what's it like trying to blend basically three groups together, because they're split into thirds. You have your returners, you have your transfers, not all from KCU, but a lot of good chunk of transfers, and then you also have your freshmen. And he said that they just made it so easy because they were all on one mission. Hands off with Sanders. He's got a lot of running room and rumbles his way to a first down.
That's a good man right there, though, because he gave credit to, you know, his players, but he also put them in positions to succeed. They had a lot of team bonding activities, just gelling outside of football. You know, they had team devotions every night throughout camp. You know, they had a talent show for camp.
Sanders, but a fumble as Kirkland fumbled it. I thought he was trying to go for the handoff, but lost it before that, and the fumble recovery by the Tigers.
Yeah, and they sit the corner on the blitz right there, and I think the quarterback, he just kind of took his eyes off real quick and just fumbled the ball because he saw him coming.
Already looking down at Sanders, as you can see on that replay, and the freshman, Caden Partnack, getting involved for a fumble recovery. That's a good way to start your season if you're Caden Partnack.
Shout out Caden. He's a resident in my dorm. I'm a resident director for Broadway Hall. He's one of my residents. Love to see him out there making some plays early on his freshman year, too.
Offense comes back out onto the field on their own 23. They'll hand off with the other back in this lineup. This is one that we missed greatly last season in Charles C.A. Collins. He only got in 3 games, but he averaged 45 yards a game in those 3 games. Got injured, and we are so glad to see him back and healthy.
The return of C.A. I'm here for it.
2nd and 7. That was a 3-yard gain on the carry. Gillis sends CA over to the left. Gillis looking sideline for Seiler. One-on-one. He goes up. Can't bring it down.
See,
Seiler looks a little rattled up on that play. Let's hope he's all right.
Celebrating right there. Like he just didn't make the catch, man. You squeezed him a little bit on the sideline, which was good, but you always celebrate.
12, A.J. Jones, a corner on the coverage. Seiler up. He went up high, had to bobble around, twist and turn. You hit that turf, and at the very least, it knocks the breath out of you.
Yeah, it's a tough ball.
So hopefully he'll be good to go.
He almost caught that football twice.
He did. He had it, lost it a little bit, had it again, and then just lost it when he got to the turf. It would have been another spectacular catch.
And you hope hope it's nothing serious, and you hope he's all right, because, he is something else to watch.
Gillis rolling out and hits number 81. That's Keon Smith, a KCU transfer, on the play.
And going back to the point earlier about this new group of guys, they put forth a lot of effort to actually get them to gel, outside of football. I mentioned it earlier, talent shows, all that. They even did nightly cookout runs to go get milkshakes and stuff. They put them in positions there because, like you said, it's a new group of guys. Some experienced, some younger. New here to CU. You have to, put them in positions to trust each other and build that camaraderie.
First down for the Tigers from their own 34. They hand off with Collins, and he'll gain about 4, it looks like, on the play. 2nd and 6.
Well, C.J. Dillis at right guard, man, he was mauling that D tackle on that play. They were going at it. He had him 10 yards deep in the backfield.
Did he put him on the ground?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay.
He was nice to him.
Coach Lane also has a pancake chain, apparently. I'm not going to lie to you. And every time a lineman gets a pancake, you get to wear that chain.
Gillis hands off with Collins, but he's just swallowed up. He lets the ball loose, and that'll be recovered by Pikeville. That's a tough break for the Tigers and for Collins, because that one got knocked loose. And the Bears will recover. They'll take over in Tiger territory on the Tigers' 38. 2:39 left in the first quarter. See right there, got it punched out. That's a great play.
Always the second guy that gets you.
You're thinking so much about that first hit, and then that second hit comes in. First and 10 for the Bears, 2:39.
New QB in.
And this is what I mentioned now, Xavier Malone switching in for the Bears. 6'1", 195 junior out of Knoxville, Tennessee, drops back looking deep over the middle. Fant came over, but didn't get there in time, and the catch is made by Ben Henson.
I need to see what we're doing in the back end right there, because we've seen that look so many times, that middle field wide open, and they're trying to connect right there, and that time they finally do it. But need to see what they're doing in the back end and why there's so many coverage breaks or what's happening there.
Big gain, 36-yard gain, puts them on the Tigers' 2-yard line. Bears threatening to score. Malone has Sanders. They'll hand off. Sanders basically untouched into the end zone. A Bears touchdown, 14-6. That was 2 quick hitters right there from the Bears.
And talk about, a momentum swinger, and that's what Pikeville knew. They're like, okay, we get this quick turnover. Let's take a deep shot. It happens, and then they get a quick score out of it. And just like that, it's back to just a one-score game. But now Campbellsville's just got to
And here's
get back
that
to
throw
it.
again. Malone heaving it downfield. You get 3 around. Fant was coming over, but perhaps overran the ball, trying to, I guess, protect from the end zone rather than going up to high point the ball. But the Bears score. We'll take a quick break. 2 minutes left. 14-7 in the first quarter here on the CU Sports Network. Welcome back, 14-7. The Bears strike back and cut into the lead, but the Tigers still with a 7-point lead here with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Tigers set to start another drive. You got to really pick up the momentum here. Once again, you can't let this get out of hand. You still have a 7-point lead. You still have a decent bit. You just can't let that fumble get to you too much and the score. And a fair catch whistled.
Yeah, and I think it just comes down to, on this drive, you want to move the ball, of course. Of course, you want to score, most importantly, but move the ball. And if you can't do that, flip the field position with a good punt here. But, of course, we got to get something going on the other side of the field and get some momentum going, build it up a little bit.
Collins back out there next to Gillis.
Yeah, short memory. Just get back out there and do it. Let's go. Offense has been moving the ball all game, so no reason to drop your head.
Seiler once again with man coverage here on the near side. Shepperson out here on the near side as well. Patrick Oden and Spencer McCown over there. The Tigers start from their own 22. Gillison shotgun. Takes the snap, hands off with Collins. Collins goes, only able to pick up a yard on the play, 2nd and 9.
I love Coach Russell. He's actually coaching the running backs right now too, not just calling the offense, but just trusting CA, keeping him, putting him back out there, but also starting off the drive with a run, going right back to him. That just helps you out if you're a player in that case.
Gillis hands off with, once again, that's a play action. Shepperson, as it comes short, slides out, not able to get to it. My eyes will get better. It's been a while since I've been able to watch football. This is the first week. I promise I'll get there.
No, man,
that's a really good run
coached
fake.
well. Like that's it's going to be a lot of RPO play action type of stuff. Like that was a good fake. I'm be honest with you.
I'm losing the ball every time on those. It feels like, I tell you.
I think Jagger maybe rushed that throw a little bit. Luke was wide open, and sometimes you tend to really try to make up for it and overcompensate right there, or undercompensate.
Gillis looking downfield now over the middle has Seiler. He cuts into the field. And that'll move the chains for another Tiger first down.
That's a great drive right there by Gillis, just really driving that throw in. And that's a great job by Seiler, boxing this guy out so he can give his QB something to throw at.
He starts with that hard cut as well.
Once again, the O-line does a great job protecting, too. He's got time to when it's 3rd and long, that takes a long for routes to develop.
On the Tigers 35, Gillis has Shepperson for a screen. Got a man all on him, slips the tackle, able to gain some extra yardage. From where the defender got to him, you wouldn't have expected him to get up that far, so it seems like a little gifted yardage there for the Tigers.
It's my favorite player. I don't even care. I don't care how it sounds. It's my favorite player. He's a good guy, utility guy. He's going to do it all.
He's an athlete.
Take a look back at this replay right here.
Look at
all
balance.
Over him on the 33 and able to get around and cut back up to now the 42.
That's a lead.
So 2nd and 4, 23 seconds and counting down here in the first quarter. Bears sideline trying to get their defense going over the middle to Shepperson. He's got plenty of room. He'll take the dive. I can't blame him. Protect the ball now in Bears territory. They find themselves on the 43-yard line and another Tiger first down. That'll end the first quarter. We'll step away and we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with coverage of Fighting Tiger football here on the CU Sports Network. give a special shout out as we return to my man Zach Clements, somebody that is behind the scenes a lot, able to come out and get some recognition today. Zach Clements was named the Mid-South Conference Assistant SID of the Year. Well-deserved honor. He's the one that if you see a lot of the creative video and things, he's one that puts that stuff together. He's out there on the road all the time, helping in any way necessary. I want to give a big shout out to Zach Clements and really the entire SID department, who's honestly, in my opinion, the best in the NAIA and would rank up there with plenty of high-tier D1 schools. Back to football, Gillis hands off with Bass now. He'll cut to the outside, has more room. Good block by Mullins. Just couldn't get around McCown. I'm not sure what the flag's for. Maybe holding on McCown, but
that also seemed late.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like the holding happened well before he threw that flag.
Holding on the offense, number 88. 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Did he call that on 88? Yeah. So, all right. So they'll get that on Jack Busey, the halfback here. Let's see. Trying to see where they have to have the wrong number. Unless on this cutback, I don't see it. If anything, you get a holding on McCown. I have no clue either way. I'm not going to labor on it. 1st and 17. Ball on the 50. Gillis shovels it to Bass. Bass able to make a man miss. Another man miss. Drives his shoulder into the quads and pushes right on through.
He is just a special runner. He's very talented, has great vision. He keeps his legs moving. He's very shifty, but also powerful. It's hard to wrap your arms around those legs and bring him down. He's always moving. He's a powerful guy. It's just great to see him in this offense and back healthy too.
10-yard gain, 2nd and 7. Ball on the Bears 40. Gillis looking to the sideline. Has Bass to his left, sends him to the right. Gillis looking down the field, has pressure. He's got plenty of room to run. And good effort there from Gillis, able to get out and pick up that first down as they move into the Bears 30.
That's a great job just stepping up there, seeing the hole, and just taking off, getting what you can get.
Yeah, he's played with a lot of patience so far. He's looking like the kind of the old guy he is in a way, old.
I'm old.
Sorry, you are, but.
Trey Bass, the redshirt sophomore out of Franklin, Kentucky. Gillis going to roll to his right, has a lot of pressure, throws up. Spencer McCown goes up and gets the ball. I'm sorry, Luke Shepperson, the 8 and the 9 look awful familiar when you're looking at it from the side. I know, it's your favorite player. How dare I mess that up? My apologies. But Luke Shepperson with another big catch.
He went up to get that one, and I've seen this man jump. And he can jump out the gym.
Oh, yeah, he dunked on all of us during the middle. Well, he doesn't dunk. He's never dunked on us, but he'll dunk a lot.
We still beat his team, though.
That's true.
Who doesn't dunk on you, Khalid?
Stop that.
I've seen you on the court.
Okay.
Big 1st and 10 pickup. Ball on the 20 as the Tigers moving down the field. Gillis has C.A. Collins to his right.
I had to go right back to Siler here.
He was about to. He was about to.
There's a flag on the play. They had Pharaoh Davis, a sophomore wide receiver here on the near side. You get a false start on Busey.
I don't blame that. So the two corners are playing different. One was in press coverage against Siler, and the other one against Pharaoh. Well, he's playing a little off. Pharaoh is 6'5". I don't know what that corner is. But he's not 6'5", so he's trying to give himself a little advantage right there. And
I believe that's Timothy Butler, 5'9", 165.
Darn.
That's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Gillis now looking that way the whole way. And no good.
And it's just hard. I think it's hard to throw that fade in those situations. Of course, Farrell is 6'5". The cornerback he's going against is 5'9", but he's already playing off coverage, and really all he kind of has to do is just squeeze in that situation. It was a really good squeeze by the corner right there. Maybe could have been more money from Jagger. I still would have went back to Siler on the other side, though.
Right.
He had a great release on the previous play before it was a penalty.
In motion. Pulls from Collins and just overthrows Austin Mullins, who was in motion coming around from the far side.
He had daylight, too.
Now 3rd and 15 on the Bears' 25. We'll see what this offense dials up as we have Davis once again here on the near side. Pat Oden on the left.
We're just one quarter in. Well, we're in the second quarter, but there's so much creativity with this offense, and I'm loving it.
And I'm not sure who you're going to – looks like the false start probably.
That'll be on Quan.
Quan Evans.
We're getting to that no man's land now.
Number 77 on the offense.
Just talk good about Quan a little bit. I think he's a really good guy. Shows a lot of promise. This is like his first year actually getting some real reps. Talked to Coach Lane about him, offensive line coach. He loves his offensive line that he has, this room. He's a really great coach too. He pushes his guys to be nasty, have an edge about them, have a confidence about them too.
Now 3rd and 20, ball on the Bears 30. Gillis looking deep, throws over the middle, has Collins. Collins reels it in, takes a hit from 3 people in all different directions and holds on to that ball.
That sailed a little bit on. He let him a little bit too much, but Collins somehow came up with that and really put his body out in the line to come down with that catch.
We take a look at this one again. If you're following on TV coverage, able to go out and get it. That's 3 different hits.
I got 3 T's for that one. Touch, tips, and toughness. I'm just saying.
All right.
That's a first down for the Tigers ball
that
on the
explains
1-yard line.
Don't need any more diagnosing.
Gillis takes a high snap, brings it back down, hands it off, but the defense all over it. That'll lose some yardage.
Josh Traylor on the carry.
But when you're a receiver or obviously CA's a running back, but he was running a route. He's running over the middle and a ball is sailing on you. It is the hardest thing to do to extend yourself like that because people are coming.
Yeah, he had 1 guy behind him and 2 guys in front of him, and he's tough.
You
talked about it. I won't diagnose furthermore, but
2nd and goal on the 2-yard line. Tigers look over to the sideline.
What'd you call it? 3 T's? What'd you say?
3 T's. Touch, tips, toughness.
All right. I can't believe I made you repeat that.
I'm glad
Gillis
you did.
throws over. Siler in man coverage, 3rd touchdown. Let me make it a 4th T. Touchdown. Now, however, there is a flag on this play, and
it's going to be roughing the QB,
down.
I think.
There's a Bear down on the field. He doesn't even have his helmet on. So I'm not sure what happened there. Take a look at that shot once more. He
personal foul targeting number 33 White. Touchdown is good. This play is under review.
So now we're going to the under review. This is interesting because this is new to the Mid-South Conference this year. You're going to watch the referees. They're headed over to the instant replay tent. Now, this tent is mainly used now, especially for targeting. So they're going to go through and check this out. Now, so they'll head over. They have 2 camera angles that they're going to look at. There's one over here by the band. You can kind of see it from the camera that you're looking at on TV right now. It's on the far end zone. And then you're also going to get the camera, our main camera, the one you're watching currently. So we take a look at this replay. And so he leads with the helmet. He puts his helmet down. I think he's more so leading with the shoulder. But
correct.
He still puts it into what looks like Gillis's head.
Yes, the helmet to helmet is the...
And all in the same stretch, he's still down, the player on the field. That's number 33, Levi Evans for the Bears. He's still down on the field. Gillis was able to shake it off. He was a little shooken up, but we'll have to see what it is exactly that they're looking at down there, and we'll hear from them here soon once they get that figured out. It looks like he's up and going to be able to get off the field under his own power, which is always good.
You know, it's so hard to play, defense anymore with just where you have, especially when you're trying to sack a quarterback. You only got so many areas you can actually hit them. You can't hit them high. You can't hit them low. You got to hit them right in the middle. Your helmet can't touch. Your hand can't touch their helmet. It's a lot of stuff. It makes it tough for defensive players for sure. I didn't see anything necessarily malicious, but there was helmet-to-helmet contact.
Our head referee's heading back out. We'll hear the call.
Further review, targeting is confirmed. 33 has been disqualified. Going for 15 yards on kickoff.
33 has now been disqualified, so they confirmed the targeting. So that's your first look at the instant replay in the Mid-South Conference.
So kind of official right now. It's kind of.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
All right. Instant replay. Okay.
So we got that confirmed. So there is targeting. He'll move out. He'll be DQ'd for the rest of the game, and they'll enforce 15 yards on the kickoff.
And you obviously hate that for that young man, and he was hurt too. Hopefully he's okay, but that's how serious they take this kind of stuff and the concussions and even the concussion protocols and all those things. It's a lot more serious now because this game is violent.
Yeah, it's just so bang out there. It's tough being a former defensive player myself. It's just a lot to adjust to, and you work a lot on that stuff in practice and whatnot, but there's only so much you can do in some places.
Kick is up and good, 21-7. Tigers lead over the Bears, 10:49 left in the first half. We'll be right back with more coverage of Tiger football here on the CU Sports Network. Welcome back. Tigers getting ready to kick off to the Bears as they lead 21-7 here with 10:49 left in the first half. It's been a great start for the Tigers, and that's a great bounce back, too, from the fumble, giving up a touchdown, and they're able to respond on offense, even when they were down, 3rd and 20 at one point, able to come up with a big hitter to C.A. Collins, and you score the touchdown, and you're right back with all the momentum. As that one goes for a touchback, the Bears will get set to take over.
See, I think RPO was really started getting hot at the tail end of my career. I think sometime in 2017 or whatnot. So thankfully, I didn't get to experience it that much. But in the short times I did, it was awful to play against. It puts the defense in such a bind, and you have to make a decision. And anyone that's played football, you have to make decisions right in that instant, and you could either be wrong or right. And so I think that's what we're seeing a lot of, and it's really going to open up the offense to do a lot more. And that's also what we've seen too, with it being 21-7 in our favor right now. We've seen big plays down the field. We've seen big plays in space. We've just seen them really take advantage of that RPO system.
And that one handed off to Sanders as he tries to break to the far sideline. And that continues well out. The referee will have a word, but it breaks up quickly. Hands off once again, and right there in coverage is big number 91. That's Jaden Cray, the freshman from Sarasota, Florida. So 3rd and 2, a big chance for the Tigers to get a quick stop. 3rd and 2, ball on the Bears' own 33-yard line.
Got 3-by-1 for the offense.
Pulls it from Sanders. Has the first down now. And that's outside to Diego Soto. Ironically enough, a transfer from Kentucky Christian. As he moves the chains for a Pikeville first down, and they find themselves on their own 41. I believe it's Malone still out there. Sanders with the screenplay. They'll drop him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1. Good coverage by the defense. Bears from their own 40.
Yeah, those screens out of that 3-by-1 is pivotal for the defense to be aggressive on and stop like we did right there. They're going to see a lot of those looks, so the DBs really have to get off their blocks and tackle in open space.
Yeah, and that was a great job by Jalen Mack, safety, number 26, of just diagnosing that and getting downhill and breaking down and making the tackle.
Malone throws to the sideline. Has his man and pushed out of bounds just before the first down. That's number 1, Ben Henson. He's already got a touchdown today. Actually, I apologize. That was Sanders on the rush for the touchdown. But Henson is a big part of this offense.
We just saw a little corner blitz right there from the defense, and I might see it again later on. Trying to time it up with the rhythm of the offense and what they're doing, and offense had a great response to that corner blitz right there.
Looks like they're going to go for the quarterback sneak, the pile. Referee runs in, and they will move the chain, so that's good. And the Bears will move into Tiger territory on the Tigers' 49.
I mean, if he got it by the nose of the football. I mean, he barely got that.
It was close, yeah. It was super close.
I mean, I was kind of surprised at how quick the officials come in to say first down signal, honestly.
Malone has Sanders. Drops down once again, that one to Soto. Moves the ball up 6 yards, 2nd and 4.
Seeing a lot of 3-by-1 from the Bears right now, getting the ball out quick, trying to spread out the defense.
Pushing forward. Malone drops well back. Throws to the near side. Has his man, runs out of his shoe. And that's number 2, Derek Griffith. So he moves the chains for a first down. Now the Bears picking up a little momentum on offense. I thought Malone might be running himself into a little bit of trouble dropping back that far, but able to give himself plenty of room to work with, I suppose. Malone once again has pressure. He is put down on the turf. That is a huge sack, and that's what I was talking about with the trouble of his drop back. He takes about 5 or 6 big steps, it looks like, and that is an 8-yard sack.
Yeah, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on your linemen, especially your tackles. And you see the pressure coming right there. You see a slew of guys. Noah Gray being one of them.
That was a nasty bull rush.
Noah Gray had 3 sacks and 7 tackles for loss last season as a freshman back in his sophomore year. Malone drops all the way back. He's near midfield and a big sack once more. And that's Noah Gray,
He's heating
none
up.
other.
He's heating up.
That's one of Coach Ford's guys. He talked a lot about him before the game, doing some special stuff with him just to get him more involved and give him some more chances to come up with big plays right there.
What's crazy about that is he got chipped by the running back as well as he was coming to rush and knocked him off his platform. He just kept going.
3rd and 26 for the Bears as they are taken back all the way to the Tigers' 48. What'll feel like 3rd and forever. Big chance for the Tiger defense to get off of the field here. 21-7 as there's 5 minutes left and counting down in the first half. Malone throws a quick hitter out to Sanders. He's pushed out of bounds into the Tiger sideline. And that brings them up. They mark him shy of the 40. So at the Tigers' 43-yard line, 4th and 23. They bring out the punt team.
And yeah, man, Noah Gray had a really good freshman year. You know, he came up in a lot of big spots and made a lot of good plays. You know, coming into his sophomore year, you know, 6'3", 250, has actually really good size, but plays a lot stronger than that and a lot bigger than that too. You know, able to play inside a little bit, but also able to take it outside and still get pressure on the quarterback either way, and holds his own in the run game.
There's a flag, the delay of game.
Delay game. 22 to white. Still 4th down.
So still 4th down. That'll push it back a little bit.
Perhaps give punter the more room to work with.
Try to pin the Tigers back inside the 20. Joseph Sandorf is the punter. His longest was 54. He averages 40. That was last season. That one's spiraling back. That
Good.
drops inside the 5, but takes a friendly Tiger roll into the end zone. And the Tigers will get pretty decent starting position from the 25-yard line.
Let's get some points before the half, you know. Of course, milk this clock a little bit, you know, give your defense the break they deserve. You know, they have 7 points on the board right now. I've only given up 7 points. You know, milk the clock, get the 4 minutes off the board, but also come up with some points going into halftime.
Tiger offense heads out onto the field. Spencer McCown here on the near side by himself. 3 out to the right. Gillis rolls right. Has Shepperson, finds him on the sideline, but through the arms. 2nd and 10.
Luke Shepperson calls incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
First rollout we've seen all day. That's nice. I'll take it.
Yeah, they've done a great job, and I kind of expected this, but just the offensive minds that we have, and they're really mixing it up well, and it's keeping U-Pike on their heels a little bit. So, I mean, it's tough in the defense. You're seeing a lot of different things.
Gillis pulls from Bass, hits McCown quickly. He gets rammed and pinned, still trying to fight for yardage, but pushed out of play at the 25-yard line. So 3rd and 5.
And it's a very talented offense. Like, the skill guys are super talented. You know, they have some depth on that side. You know, they got the running back room taken care of. But, you know, like we've seen in the past few years, it starts with the old linemen. And right now they have a great set of guys who have been there and done that, have experience, but also have that edge to them that they can, you know, go back and forth, run the ball, pass the ball. Versatility on that offensive end is what you strive for and what you want. You know, sometimes it's going to switch and go back and forth. You won't be, you know, so run heavy or pass heavy from week to week. But
actually, 3rd and 6. Gillis has plenty of time trying to find Shepperson in coverage.
a little handsy.
A little handsy there, and they didn't call it. I was surprised after the one they called earlier.
They go to the turf, and that's honestly the first quick drive from the Tigers to go 4 and out. So that's a great improvement for this offense as opposed to last year. It just seemed like the defense couldn't get much of a break last season, having to come out on short notice. And that's one good thing. It's probably the best thing an offense can do for a defense.
Yeah, we just weren't always consistent. And, of course, we talked about how young we were last season
for sure,
or the past few years. And, you know, it's hard to get all that in order. You know, Megalis was, you know, playing as well. And then you had Gillis come at some point. So it was just really hard to get that consistency going.
Yeah. Ball's down on the Bears' 40-yard line. Good punt from Lopez. Somebody we're accustomed to seeing punt the ball very well. He had 21 inside the 20 and a long of 65.
Love that guy. He's a good punter.
Yes, he is.
Good leg.
Very good leg. (21-7), 2.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Malone throws one out on the run, and that is a big loss once again. I think their offense has just been moving backwards lately, and that is a big credit to this defense, as now you have 2nd and 14.
This will be a big stop before half. The defense can get off the field, even potentially giving the offense one more crack at it, try to score before half.
Yeah, it looks like they're in their nickel package right now. Got a few 5 DBs out there, of course.
Malone drops back, has a man wide open at the paw in the center of the field, pushing forward, trying to stop that first down, but the pile rambles forward and gets into Tiger territory for the first down.
Hard to say what they were running right there, but the middle of the field was wide open.
Yeah, they sent some extra guys to the quarterback, and when that pressure doesn't get home, there's normally some holes somewhere.
.150 Malone hands off with Sanders. He's tripped up and taken down by number 40. That's Keelan Lamar, the sophomore D lineman. Sorry, a lot of these numbers changed. We've had some sickness, some injuries. So trying to find these numbers as quickly as possible. Quick pass to the near side.
Good tackle, good wrap up.
Good open field tackle there from number 28, Nehemiah Bailey.
Yeah, a guy you mentioned earlier, Khalil, and coaches are speaking very highly of him, and I've watched him exclusively on a few different snaps, and he looks really good.
Yeah, he's played here before. He took a season or two off, or a semester or two off at least. But he's been here. He knows the coaching staff a little bit just from being with Coach Atwood and stuff. But he's been out there before, and he had a really good camp, and so it's good to see him out there and just bring some more depth to that cornerback group that we have.
There seems to be confusion. I guess somebody thought somebody called a timeout, but nobody did. So offense and defense were headed off the field. They're called back on. 53 seconds left. 21-7, the Tigers lead here at the end of the first half. 3rd and 2, ball on the Tigers 40. And a big chance to get off the field with a 2-touchdown lead over the Bears at halftime. Malone hands off, pushing forward, and it looks like the pile holds. It'll stay 4th and 2 at the 40. It's a big stop from this defense, but you have to imagine Pikeville will probably chance it as a timeout's taken. We'll step away. 21-7, the Tigers lead. We'll be right back here on the CU Sports Network. Tigers headed back out on the field. 4th and 2. Chance to get off the field, bring their offense back on with a 14-point lead at half. 42 seconds left. They're on the Tigers 40. Malone sits in shotgun. Has Sanders to his left, and that's a false start on Griffith, that's who they were looking for on that far side, as he had Nerese in coverage. And surely they were going to look for a one-on-one deep shot.
Number 1 in the offense.
That's tough.
We'll take it every time.
I wonder what the coach is saying. He's on their sideline. I wonder what he's saying.
It's actually number 1, Ben Henson.
Oh, still going for it, huh?
Tiger crowd getting hyped up here, trying to make some noise. Back the Tigers out on the field.
Kind of risky, eh? Why am I doing that accent? Anyways.
Just throw a deep ball, be like a punt.
If we catch it.
Malone drops way back. Rolling out now. Running forward, has
No
to
way.
throw it, and not intercepted. But nonetheless, the Tigers will take back over.
Pretty sure he was
on their
well
own 45.
by the line of scrimmage. Was he not?
I've seen him do this before. He did this last year. He did the same thing last year. Almost got knocked out the game. You see on the replay here, you know, he's looking to his left, has that speed out, and turns it down. I guess he has a rush in his face, and then he throws it up just for a quick grab and can't make a play on it. But I don't know. I feel like he needs to work that speed out right there because his receiver has the first down if he just throws the ball.
Also, that was a great drop by the DB. We gained like
yeah, it was.
15 yards by him dropping that. So that's
Sometimes you got to sacrifice the stats.
Trey Bass rolling out to the right. Gillis looking down the field, has Patrick Oden over the middle. He's into the Bears territory at about the 36-yard line for the Bears. And it looks like the Tigers are going to try to tack on some points before the end of this half. 23 seconds as the Tigers take a timeout. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back here on the CU Sports Network. Welcome back as the Tigers trying to tack some more onto the board. 21-7, 23 seconds left in the second quarter. They're on the Bears' 36-yard line, 1st and 10. They have two timeouts remaining, it should be. They took it off the board, so 2 timeouts remaining. Gillis rolling, has a lot of space, has Seiler over the middle. He stops back, jukes out 2 defenders, taken down, 20 seconds, but the problem is the clock never started on the board. I'm not sure how much time was supposed to come off, but I feel like it was probably more than 2 seconds.
I'm going to just go to the play itself, though. You know, there's a lot of chemistry going on between the quarterback and receivers right now. You know, they're attacking the zones. Guys are sitting where they're supposed to be at, reading the defense, and actually, you know, really exposing this zone defense from the Bears.
Campbellsville's going to take a timeout. They're going to use one of their timeouts. We'll keep it here. The referees come together and decide it's at 15 minutes. We're battling a wasp here
Brett's
in the
terrified.
booth.
I was about
Brett.
to swat that thing with my.
Tigers up big. We'll take a look at that replay here as Gillis able to just find some open room, find some space, step his foot in, make that throw, and Seiler just putting the brakes on a few people, making guys look silly out there. You have offensive weapons like this. What does it do for your, I mean, obviously it makes a world for your quarterback, but what kind of things does it free Gillis up for when you have such, you know, talent?
You know, well, one thing, it's going to open up the playbook a lot more. You're going to, because, you know, when you have these skilled guys that you trust, like you're going to open up a little bit more, call a few different things, call, you know, a variety of different things too, and, you know, really give them opportunities to get the ball out in space and make plays, and really, you know, give them a chance. You know, Seiler has 3 touchdowns on the day. Give them a chance to pad their stats, and, you know, it's going to be different guys, you know, every other game or so, but, you know, today it's Seiler's game. Luke's has had some big plays here and there too. But, you know, it's an awesome connection. You can really tell that, you know, Coach Brown, the passing game coordinator, and Coach Russell, head coach, you know, OC, you can tell their imprint is on this offense.
Gillis drops back, has pressure, and he gets taken down, takes his first sack, I believe, of this game, but he just came in free. That was number 22, Chuck Moore.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to do. Just take a sack right there. forcing you to use your last timeout.
Going to be 8.5 seconds left on the clock. Once again, we'll just keep it here since we're so close to taking a little bit of a halftime break.
I don't know if we can get a replay on that, but Pikeville does a lot of late blitzes, and I got turned around back a little bit late, but it looked like he just came so free, and there's
he
really
was
nothing
free.
Jagger could do at the moment.
Yeah, I mean it was. It would have been tough, but
okay, he came from depth right here, and number 79.
Just able to get around Magashi.
Yeah, just wasn't able to get hands on him in time or enough hands on him to really stop him. But came from depth, which is can be a really effective way to blitz and catch a lineman off guard. It timed very well, and right there it was.
Yeah, it was a great play by the defense. I mean, no doubt.
Yeah,
you just hate to have to take a sack and use your last timeout. But, I mean, you still got the boundary. You're close to field goal range if you're not in it. I mean, I don't know enough about the freshman kicker. This would be well in Neely's wheelhouse. But, you could take a shot at the end zone. You could run some kind of boundary, quick out, get a few yards, and then kick field goal.
Gillis will come out. We'll see what the play call is. Gillis looking to the right, has his man, and ball is loose and on the turf. There's your shot. 3 seconds left.
Just a little too much.
I'm assuming you'll send, and they will. Once again, they'll send out Colin Freitas.
Let's go, Colin.
This is going to be a 45-yard field goal, I believe. 45-yard goal, 45-yard field goal. Guys, I promise I'll get it right in a second.
Hey, it's first night, man. First night back.
I know. Hey. Low driver and no good as it goes just left. He had the foot, had the power, just a little to the left. So that'll end the first half. The Tigers have a 21-7 lead here on opening night at Finley Stadium. We'll step away, take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with halftime coverage here on the CU Sports Network. Welcome back to Finley Stadium as the dance team puts on their performance out there. Big kudos to them. They always do such a good job. Same with our Tiger Band and our Tiger cheerleading squad. Give them some big shout outs for all the hard work they do as well. We'll get back into football coverage now. The Tigers have a strong opening first half to their season under new head coach Jake Russell. I don't think that you could draw it up any better. We take a look at some of these replays as you see Gillis throw over the line. This one thing I really like, Patrick Oden is such a weapon. I don't remember him being used as much last year in some of these deep ball opportunities as he is. Trey Bass back healthy, getting the touches, feeling good. And right here, just a beautiful throw and catch from Gillis to Seiler. That opens up your scoring to make it 7-0 for the Tigers. And the Tigers were able to strike once again, put together a really big defensive stop, hit Shepperson over the middle for a sizable gain, big first down. Gillis once again just has been very accurate. I'm sorry we don't have all the stats for you right now. They're a little unavailable to us at the moment. I would love to get those for you when I have the chance. They're just running a little behind on them. But a beautiful throw and catch once again from Seiler. He's got three touchdowns on the evening. And he has been fired up, and I don't think that you can really blame him.
No, this is what you want to see from an offense, run by Coach Russell. Of course, he had a very successful career. That offense that I wasn't a part of, I was part of that team. We put a lot of points on the board, and it's very fun, very exciting. And that's kind of what we're seeing here today. 21 points is really good first half, and then you're holding, the other team to 7 points. They're putting a lot of pressure on the defense. RPO situations, play action, really binding that defense and stretching them out too. So it's really unpredictable, and we're enjoying seeing this variety out of the offense right now.
Yeah, and you're looking at, really good offense as far as Campbellsville converting on third downs. I'd like to see those stats. I feel like we were converting third downs a lot. And Pikeville wasn't able to move the ball methodically down the field. They had a few X plays where they had some deep balls. The only time they scored was off the quick turnaround, off the turnover, deep ball to the 2-yard line, run in, touchdown. So the defense has done a great job of really bending, not breaking, like we were talking about. And offensively, they're in that rhythm. You talk about the receiving core and how deep we are. I mean, you talk about Oden not being used that much last year, but when you got guys like Seiler and Shepperson that demand so much attention, a guy like Oden goes overlooked, and he's finding some openings and gaps. And you could say that about some of the other guys on the receiving group too. I mean, it's really deep. When we got 4 or 5 guys that are really good.
Yeah, and I don't even think we've seen. Obviously, it's the first game of the season, but there's so much more to come with this offense. So much more to open up. We're the first game of the season. Stuff is still being installed. Guys are still getting in the rhythm with each other. But there's a lot more to expect with this offense, and for it to be this good of a start so far, first game of the season, 21 points in the first half. You love to see that.
I think, though, one of the craziest things for me to think about is you're not far removed. I mentioned some of the stats from last year's game, right? And Seiler had 10 catches for 198 yards and 3 touchdowns, while I don't know how many yards he has as of the moment. I know that he has the 3 touchdowns in the first half already. And to see him go through in that solo coverage being I guess the best way for me to describe it would maybe not paying the same respect that you would have thought that he would have earned in that last year's game.
Yeah, it's just, Pikeville showed us this last year too. Like they did the same looks, and you don't know, and it's hard for them too because they don't know what to expect, and maybe sometimes it's just how their defense is run, and this is what they do. This is what they believe in. Talking about Coach Ford, coming into it, he's talking like, well, Pikeville wants to score the ball, they want to put points on the board, and we're kind of seeing that right now. Like, the defense is giving up quite a bit, but that offense isn't really keeping up, with where our offense is too. And just going back to the coaching staff and the players, I got to meet with Coach Ford and Coach Lane this week, and I'll meet with some more soon. I'm looking forward to that. But they're ringing the same sentiment. They're very impressed with their guys. Every guy in the room, but also just guys in their specific rooms and how receptive they've been, how understanding they've been, and they want to understand what they're doing on the offensive side, what they're doing on the defensive side, and the coaches have been willing to also teach that too. So when you got guys who want to learn what you're doing and then they can understand it too, you make for smart players, but you also just make for better players as well. better football. We can play high IQ, high-level football.
And I think it's easy to go ahead and talk so much about the offense, how it's been revamped. We are so deep in so many spots. But let's take a second and give some love to the defense.
Yeah.
Because this defense showed up in many ways. They come out on Pikeville's first drive. They get punched in the mouth a little bit, right? How do you get back up? You respond by holding them and pushing them back and taking right back over. You respond with big sacks on Xavier Malone. You respond in a lot of different ways, and they were able to come back and just make the plays for their offense and keep really a good Pikeville offense to 7 points in the first half.
Yeah, it's an impressive showing so far, and hopefully it keeps up in the second half. But, it just goes back to, the coaching and the guys buying into the system that they're trying to, install here. They're doing a great job so far. They're bending, not breaking. The attitude is right. The intensity and the physicality is there. And going back to what we talked about the offense and the defense, they're still missing some guys that are still trying to get back healthy and still trying to get back cleared. So there's still more to see with this defense, still more depth, especially even on the front seven, missing some really impressive guys, like Hussein Guy, of course. He comes to mind. I think there's a Hernan Ortiz comes to mind as well too, on one of the sides of the ball. But there's still some guys that come back to this defense that will help out a lot. But I'm impressed by what I've seen today so far. I know that's that touchdown that came up earlier. That's not fun, of course. It only took 2 plays, and Coach Ford will talk about that. But otherwise, the defense looked like they played really sound football today. Guys have made plays, and they've really bought into the system that Coach Ford and the other guys have installed to.
Brett, first half thoughts?
I was just, overall, it was just really good. Like you said, new coaching staff, a lot of new faces. Some of the coaching staff that was already here got actually new roles in the coaching staff, which is, it's all difficult. And you got these different transfers coming in, all these new faces, and just getting them all to buy in is like really tough. And we expect there to be road bumps and hiccups in this process, But what I can say is after that first half is it's off to a really good start. And so now we just have to see how are they going to come back in the second half. Are they going to make those adjustments they need? Are they going to expect adjustments from Pikeville? And then can they continue defensively to keep fighting and then offensively continue to move the ball down the field? And, we've had great field position all night. We've been talking about flipping the field, how important that is. And when you're putting the ball in the end zone, you're scoring 7. It's tough for other opposing defense to stop you, and it's also hard for an offense to climb out of those holes. So it'll be interesting to see how we go about this second half. How aggressive we are coming out the gates. If we can get some momentum built to start the second half, it's going to be tough for Pikeville to claw their way back into it. Defensively, we've just been playing so well.
This has turned out to be a gorgeous night to start your season opener for 2023 football here at Campbellsville. A great start so far to head coach Jake Russell's start. It's a packed stadium. The energy has been brought. It's 21-7. The Tigers lead. There's 10 minutes left on the board. We're going to step away for a clean 8-minute break, extended break. We're going to take a break, and we will be right back. You are following Fighting Tiger football here on the CU Sports Network. Welcome back as the Tigers lead 21-7 over the Bears of Pikeville here in their home opener. It's been a gorgeous night. The electricity was brought. We talked about it on the coach's show, Under Center with Jake Russell, how the electricity would be in the air. Everybody has been excited about the new head coach coming in. There's a feeling around this program. It's starting to build back up, and I think we're starting to live it out just a little bit. We have another half to play. I'm not getting ahead of myself. However, it just feels good to be back, and I don't know if it's because we've had so long without football or not, but it feels great.
It's a great night, home opener, newness everywhere, new beginnings, for coaches, players, all that good stuff. And I was just thinking about Coach Russell and how he's feeling. I'm sure he's not relieved yet. He's not settled yet. There's still another half to play, 21-7. There's still more football to be played, but he's in a pretty good spot right now.
Yeah, absolutely. First half was great, and I think new head coach coming in, you're like, okay, check mark, good first half. But now it's like, okay, it's not over yet. And so it's how do we go back out there, continue doing the things we're doing, finding success in the passing game, running game. They were well balanced offensively, defensively, bended, don't break. Can we keep that up? Obviously, Pikeville's going to make some adjustments, but overall, first good first half for Jake Russell and company.
We'll start with the defense. We're going to highlight some of the stats now that we have a few of them a little more updated. Start with Noah Gray. He came out. He has 5 total tackles. He has 2 sacks, and they were big sacks too. I mean, dropping back, 13 yards probably total in yardage that he's picked up on the defensive side of the ball. It's pretty darn good.
Yeah, picked up 2 sacks in that second quarter for the Tigers. They're huge. Coach Ford talked a lot about him before the season started, just how big he's going to be, putting in some packages for him, let him do some different things on the defensive end, putting him in different spots, and right now we're seeing him succeed.
It's actually 18 sack yards, so let me clarify that. I got to look at the stat. It's 18 sack yards. Now we'll move over to the offensive side of the ball, and Andre Seiler has been leading the way, 6 receptions, 61 yards. He has 3 touchdowns, but also Patrick Oden and Luke Shepperson both have 3 catches for 53 yards as well. Everybody's kind of getting some love. Everybody's feeling pretty good. How's this offense looking, Brett?
It's looking good, and we have so many good receivers, and obviously we have a lot back from last year, Seiler being back, and Odin and Shepperson, and they have built chemistry with Gillis, and so obviously that's helpful, especially when a new coach is coming in and you've got a new offensive system you're trying to run, and so we've seen that be put on display, not to mention you've got old trustworthy Trey Bass in the backfield, and CA's back, and so good running game. And then let's not forget the big guys up front. The offensive line is doing a great job protecting, great job getting holes to the running back. And so first half, really good. Looking forward to watching the second half.
Tigers are back out on the field, so we'll take you down to the field, and we'll continue our coverage here of second half football as the Tigers lead 21-7 against the Bears. Lopez is actually coming out for kickoff duty here. He'll boot it back as the Bears will start the second half with the ball. And Ben Henson moving up the field at a rapid pace. A flag is thrown. Henson gets out to what looks like the 34-yard line, but we'll see what happens with the flag.
Boys, we are officially under the lights. It's nice.
I love starting with a night game for sure.
Yes.
It has a certain vibe about it. It's really nice out here.
Holding number 12 on the return team. So once again, their special teams have caused them some issues with these penalties.
Yeah, Anton Fett did a really good job letting the ref know, hey, I'm being held on here. You see him flailing his arms.
Yeah,
and
great acting job.
Yeah, you got to sell it sometimes. You got to let them know. And ref helped us out there and made the right call.
I wonder if he has a theater class this semester.
Probably watched Ted Lasso. You got to win an Oscar for that. You got to sell it. I want the ball. Give me the ball. Give me the holding. Pikeville starting back from their own 16-yard line, 1st and 10. I believe Lee Kirkland is back out for quarterback. Takes the snap, rolls to his right. Moving over, throws, and overthrown into the Tiger sideline.
That would have been a very tough throw right there. We're seeing an adjustment from the defense here right now, providing a lot of two high safety looks, trying to throw them off a little bit. Even seeing Anton Fant, change at the post snap right there, going back into the flats and covering his man.
My favorite thing watching right now on the sideline is that Coach Matt Atwood has a get-back coach. Lee Kirkland takes the snap, throws over the middle, has his man great catch as he pulled that in with his fingertips. Diego Soto pulls it in.
Yeah, if there's any guy I know that needs a get-back coach, it is Coach Atwood for sure.
Yeah, is there really anybody that loves the game more than Coach Atwood? I'm not sure. I mean, he is amped up, fired up on the sideline from the first kickoff to the end. I mean, he's just something else to watch.
Sends a man in motion. Kirkland takes the snap, puts it right through the line.
There's Noah
Gets
Gray
taken
again.
down. He only gains one on the play. Really wasn't expecting the run from Lee Kirkland there. That was designed. He's got two in the backfield, one to his right, one to his left. Rolling around, dragging a few men with him. That'll be a gain of 3 on the play. 3rd and 6.
And Noah Gray in there again, making plays. Man, he's all over the place right now defensively.
And number 50, Noah Gray. Number 3rd down.
3rd down and 7 on the Bears' own 32-yard line. A chance to go 3 and out. Beautiful read from Nerese on Henson. Breaks up the pass, makes it 4th down.
And you just love seeing that two-man look here from the Tigers. It really, it gives your DBs and your other guys playing in coverage just some comfort because they got help on the back end right there. So you can be a little bit more aggressive. You can try to, break on some plays. And you see Nigel Nerese make a huge play right there on 3rd down.
And just what they needed, coming out of the half is getting that quick 3 and out.
Punt team on for Pikeville. Booming punt. Has a beautiful Pikeville spin, and that goes inside the 10. It'll be down at the 9-yard line, and the Tigers will have their work cut out for them. Jagger Gillis heads out onto the field for the Tiger offense with just under 13 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. He was 19 for 28, 250 yards, and 3 touchdowns in that first half. I'd have to say it's pretty good numbers.
That'll do it. That'll get her done.
That's pretty good for a game, much less for a half.
Yeah.
It's a good start, and I'm sure he's pretty happy with where he is and how the game's going so far, and I know he wants to build on that. So let's see how this drive goes for the Tigers.
Takes it, pulls it from Bass, has Patrick Oden trying to cut to the sideline, can't get there, too much orange around. He'll gain a few yards on the play. 2nd and 6.
Got some more size out there, receiver right now. Got number 84, Mike Clark, standing over at 6'4", 207.
Seiler over there on the far side.
He looked like a tight end.
Gillis moves Bass behind him. Pulls it from Bass. Gillis rolling to his right, shovels it. Two-hand, that was a chest pass in basketball. Two-hand chest pass all the way out to the sideline for Shepperson, and they'll gain the 1st down.
Whatever you got to do.
All I know is if Patrick Mahomes did that, Twitter would explode.
I'm not
You
gonna
take
talk
take a look at that. That's it even had a spiral on it.
That was nice.
I brought up Patrick Mahomes last season, and I'm not doing that ever again. I still regret it.
Gillis. Hands off with Bass this time, but taken down, no room for running. Gain of nothing, 2nd and 10.
And just to preface, I didn't compare him to Patrick Mahomes or anything like that. I just said he's a little bit creative. You know, he'll do whatever he has to do to get the job done. Like, how many people just, you know, throws a chest pass out there, you know, to get a completion, a first down? Not many people.
Patrick Mahomes.
All right, then. Okay, that's it. But other than that,
so you
it's
comped
done.
him.
It's squashed.
You
I did not
comped
comp it.
I did too.
Squashed. I'm done talking about it.
You shouldn't feel the need to explain yourself, Khalil.
You know, for the folks that, you know, don't listen to us consistently, even though you should.
Gillis takes the snap, throws over, has a man wide open, rumbling his way up to about the 38-yard line for the Tigers. That's a first down, and that was Jack Busey once more, the transfer out of East Tennessee State, 6'3", 200-pound sophomore, putting in the work out there. Has 3 receivers out to his left. Bass on his left. Seiler up top. Sends Bass behind. High snap, brings it back down. Looking downfield, throws one to the sideline. Has his man, but almost underthrew him on that one, really. And that is number 84, looking for Mike Clark, the sophomore out of Memphis, Tennessee, a KCU transfer as well.
I thought he was going to go
connect
over the top right there, Luke. I thought he saw it because he had the screen out there, the bubble, pretty early, but I think he thought he had something with Luke going down the middle and went to Mike Clark instead.
Gillis looking sideline. There's another shovel pass. Gets it to Bass, but he's wrapped up as soon as he catches it. A gain of 1, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, I kind of thought maybe Gillis was trying to throw somewhat of a back shoulder to him based on the leverage of the corner. And him and his receiver just weren't on the same page. Maybe he just didn't get it out there far enough. Just left it a little short. Those are tough to hit in general, so. Patrick Mahomes does a good job.
You should know, Brett. I mean, you've done some QB for flag football in your day, right?
Yeah. I'm league leader in stats.
Hands off to Bass. Rumbles forward for a gain of 6. They'll get to the Tiger 45-yard line. That'll make it 4th and 3. We'll see what they do with them being at midfield. It looks like Lopez is going to head out, and the punt team will look to punt this away.
Speaking of flag football, they need to bring that back. Okay? They took it away like 2 years ago. They need to bring it back.
Women's flag football. You all can join us in the spring for coverage of women's flag football. They're doing some good things.
Yeah, brought in a pretty good recruiting class. I know Coach Kidd was very excited about that.
That's a sky-high punt. Takes a decent Campbellsville roll. Gets out just inside the Pikeville 30-yard line. That'll make it to the 28. Tiger defense comes out onto the field as the Bears trot out. Lee Kirkland has Braylon Barton here on the near side at the top of your screen. It's Ben Henson. Hands off. Sanders has wide open space. What a hole created by that Pikeville line.
Yeah, if he got tripped up a little bit right there. If he didn't, would have had some lanes to run through and make some moves. That was a lot. I'm speechless thinking about it.
Good tackle before he gets too much ground. A gain of 2. That'll make it 3rd and 1. So a chance to get off the field. Just under 8 minutes, 21-7. The Tigers still leading over Pikeville here in the third quarter. Takes a snap, hands off with Sanders. He has the first down and gets to the Pikeville 43-yard line.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot from the running backs today, you know. I expect to see a little bit more, especially from Sanders, getting them more involved. It just hasn't really been there for the Bears, or honestly much at all, besides from the bigger plays they've made.
That one was a rush of 7. Throws across the field, has his man near the sideline, cuts back to the sideline. Thought he had more room, but good follow there from number 17, Jeremiah Pauling Jr. out of Lakeland, Florida. Tiger relacing it up out there. Kirkland with Sanders to his right. 2 up top, 2 down low. Looking over the middle and has his man able to get past number 35, Colton Hissong, and get a big gain for the first down and moves into Tiger territory on the Tiger 35-yard line. You take a look at this replay.
You know, tough matchup, but you're also in a cover 3. You at least got one. You got your one safety over top. You know, he has to make a decision in that moment, and really it's up for the quarterback to decide who they want to go with right there. And threw a really good pass in that seam.
Yes.
Braylon Barton, the senior out of Calhoun, Georgia, making the play. Kirkland takes the snap and hands it off to Sanders and gets into the backfield. Big number 91, Jaden Cray, the freshman, making himself known in his first game here at Finley Stadium. That's a loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11.
That's a great backside play from Cray right there.
Throws over the middle once again. Wide open, just a bad pass.
He threw that 100 miles an hour.
See, right there, on the defensive side, you got to be patient. Yeah, I know you see them at 3-by-1. You see the running back motion out into the sideline, and you're thinking screen. They showed us on film all the time, and right there they fake the screen. Unfortunately for the Bears, you know, he throws a little bit too hard off target with his receiver. But right there on the defense, you've got to remain disciplined and be where you're supposed to be at.
Big 3rd and 11 opportunity. Kirkland fires sideline. And Braylon Barton can't reel it in. He still would have been taken out of bounds before the first down, but it brings up 4th and 11. And it looks like the offense for Pikeville will stay out.
It's a big play in this game. You know, obviously Pikeville wants to get back into this game. But man, if Campbellsville can get a stop right here, that swings all the momentum.
Going for the hard count, can't get a jump. Switches Sanders over to his right. Kirkland stands in there, got a little bit of a jump. Nobody offsides, but able to stay back from getting that offsides and forces the Pikeville timeout.
Timeout. Pikeville. Please move the clock back to 5.
Pikeville will take a timeout. We'll step away 21-7, 4th and 12 when we get back here in the third quarter. Tiger football here on the CU Sports Network. Welcome back to Finley Stadium, 21-7. We've been scoreless here in this second half after a 28-point first half from both sides. 5:23. 4th down and 12. Ball on the Tiger 37. Their offense is still out on the field. Has a man out wide here on the bottom of your screen. Looking that way the whole time. Steps up into the pocket. Gets flushed. Throws over the middle and has his man. What a catch, reeled in.
I am flabbergasted. Was he looking? That was a prayer.
Yeah, I thought he was throwing to the other guy. I thought he underthrew the other guy.
Pikeville moving quick here, under 5 in the third quarter. Kirkland throws a quick screen pass. Tigers all over it, but can't make the tackle initially. Able to gain 2 yards rather than keeping them at no gain or perhaps a loss.
Yeah, that 4th down conversion will drive a coaching staff nuts, and I can hear Coach Ford right beside us. And I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's knocks the wind out of you for a second. Just because you think you have him dead to rights, you can't get him on the ground. He just kind of throws it up in the middle of everybody, and his guy just somehow grabs it.
Yeah, an injury timeout on the field. We take a look at that replay there. As that initial tackle is missed, you have him behind the line of scrimmage, and then he's able to scramble up and get to. Player is up and getting off the field on his own. That's number 91, Jaden Cray, who's made himself felt before. And we take a look at this first initial pass. He does look down the field, but that was a very...
he threw up a prayer.
Yeah, he was hoping that he would go up and make it. Kirkland has Sanders to his left, trips out top.
Yeah.
Throws a little screenplay once more to Sanders. And I told you, Sanders likes to get involved in this pass game, and they have used him heavily in the pass game. Sanders has 5 receptions now for 44 yards as the running back. Pretty much leading the team in receiving yards. Hard count, 3rd and 6. Ball on the Tiger 11. Rush coming in, has pressure, lobs back, no good. Good pressure mounted there on Kirkland in the backfield.
Oh, they're kicking the field goal.
Field goal unit coming out onto the turf.
I just say it like that. I'm just a little surprised.
Yeah.
They've been pretty aggressive on 4th down and
No, they have for sure, yeah.
On the field.
And if you look back at last season, they really only attempted 8 field goals all season. And that one blocked. Big special teams pickup. The blocked field goal gets the Tigers off the field. No points scored, and the offense taking over.
C.J. Cutler got off that line so fast. Like, I was looking for a flag to be thrown because he timed it up perfectly.
Look at this.
I mean, you can't draw it up any better.
Crazy, yeah, that's insane. All right, and then you look down to the
able to
sideline.
get in there and get that hand on it just to knock it down and push it to the left.
Coach Beatty, being a special teams coordinator, and him hanging his hat on that, especially being at KCU last year.
They had one of the best special teams in the nation. Gillis now has the ball, steps up in the pocket, floats one over to Bass. He gains 5 on that one, gets to the Tiger 25.
That pocket was collapsing so fast around Gillis, and, that was something he did well last year, too. He just stays in there and just keeps his eyes downfield.
I was like, are you going to move?
Yeah, he was. I'm chilling.
Like there's a thing of staying there too long, and he waited till the last possible minute to move.
Gillis looking to the far sideline, throws a fader, and the diving catch was caught. Just can't reel it in as it pulls him out of bounds to make it 3rd and 5. Under 3 minutes now in the 3rd quarter.
This is big. The defense just got a good stop, but they'd been on the field for a little while. You don't want to go 3 and out, and the defense have to turn around and go right back on the field. So if you could pick up this first down.
Rolling to his left, throws to Mullins.
Oh, it's so close.
And it looks like they'll mark him just shy. Almost looks like they're between the hash.
They're marking him just short.
See on this near side, the referee that had the best angle at it, and it is just short.
And of course, Gillis, he wants to keep the offense out there and go for it. The coaches obviously is like, no, let's pump the brakes. Let's just go ahead and punt this ball.
So Lopez will step back. There's a flag here in the backfield, and it'll be a delay of game, I believe.
Delay of game on the offense. 5 yards, still 4 down.
Tigers ready to punt it away from their own 24. Lopez will punt from inside the 15.
That's a good
And that
punt.
is a booming punt. And a Tiger bounce. And it just kept rolling. Fielded inside the 20. And
that is not, oh my gosh.
Unfortunate. A absolute bomb off the foot of Lopez. Flag thrown.
That was a bomb.
He punted that from his own 15, and it went inside the 20 off the bounce.
Was he not tackling him inbounds? And he just took him to the ground out of bounds?
I think there was a second defender that might have came in on it. As we take a look at that replay right here.
Maybe.
It's that one coming in, I think, is what they're going to call it on. I believe they got 48.
Yeah, that's Ellis Reed right there.
So ticky-tack.
That'll move the ball up to the 37-yard line.
I was watching.
The guy's launching at him while he's still got a foot in bounds.
I was watching that last play. You guys ever notice how people forget to put their mouthpieces in sometimes? I could have never done that.
They just leave it in their helmet?
That freaks me out. I never could have done that.
Looks like Malone is back. He's flushed out of the pocket. Throws one over, and that's an interception. Big time turnover.
Let's go.
That's Wanye Kent right there, number 23 on that play.
And they are loving it. As he goes over, grabs some pom-poms from the cheerleaders and does his own little cheer.
Wanye, another one of those guys coming over from KCU, one of those transfer guys, but, a great guy and makes a huge play right there, adding some more depth in that secondary and just making plays on the field. It's what you want to see. Coach Ford talked a lot about it. He couldn't wait to see where his playmakers were going to come from right there.
Give him that turnover chain as the offense comes back to the field for the Tigers. Tigers will take over from their own 46-yard line. Gillis tries to throw it, and it comes off of number 22, his back in the field. Looked like Josh Taylor ran into him as he was in the middle of his back throw, or bringing the ball back, excuse me.
Like golf, back swing, back throw.
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying that. I like that.
Yeah.
Back throw.
Anytime. It's not trademarked yet. I'll work on it.
I'll make sure you get trademark.
Gillis drops back. Taylor goes out in motion. And that one through the hands of Patrick Oden over the middle at the 50. Still 3rd and 14 for the Tigers. Ball on their own 41-yard line.
Sometimes I just get lost in really good QB play. Of course, he didn't make the completion right there, but just being able to step up in the pocket, feel the pressure, and not get frazzled or rattled in that situation, but remain calm. And Jagger does a really good job of that throughout the game and pretty consistently.
Gillis will step back and look over to the sideline. Play signaled out. 5 seconds on the play clock. He turns, sees it, has to move. Gillis throws over, has McCown, and he just dropped it at the 48-yard line in Pikeville territory. So that'll bring up 4th and 14, and Lopez will come back out onto the field.
Yeah, that was a tough series there after the interception. We just, Gillis loses the ball, then we have 2 drops, and it's just.
Yeah, that must have been an imposter right there. Spencer does not drop those. That's just that's an easy, grab right there for him. Even though he's probably not going to get anywhere, you want to see him come out with those.
Lopez punting it away from about the 30-yard line of the Tigers. And another boomer. Takes it at the 19, does Braylon Barton. Taking it to the opposite side of the field, and a good trip up. And there's the flag. That's a good call if you're going to call the other one, as number 48 took a hit. That was Ellis Reed that took the hit, ironically enough. I don't know if perhaps that hit was payback for the other one. I'm not going to speculate up here. However,
hey, no comment.
He takes the hit. Flag gets thrown, so this should help the Tigers and move the ball back.
Personal foul. Getting hit, number 22 of the return team. Half distance to the goal, first down.
You get half the distance to the goal, so that comes back. You see right here, as he trips him up, 22 turns after the play's over and throws a shoulder right into Reed. And if you call the one on the sideline, that's the one you got to call as well.
Yeah, I don't feel like that was much of a penalty, though.
At least it's been even.
Moved him back like 7 yards.
After the penalty, Pikeville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Pikeville will take over from their own 13. 47 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Malone hands off to Sanders. Trying to find the edge, and he does. Gets to the sideline, but able to trip up and get pushed out, but they'll still pick up a first down.
Brett just mouthed the words, he's fast, and we both looked at each other since that run was over. That was explosive.
Yes.
And he hasn't gotten a lot of that today, but you don't want to see him get much more after seeing that one.
Mm-mm.
Sanders in the backfield once more. Hands off with Sanders. Pretty much the same run style. It's hammered down, though.
Sanders on the carry.
Tackle from number 23.
Pikeville's actually had some success running the football. They just really hadn't stuck to it that much. I don't know if that's just not who they want to be, but they've actually had some pretty good lanes as of late running the football. You're not down too much where you can't run the ball, but
Clock runs out on the 3rd quarter. We'll head to the 4th after the break. It's 2nd and 2, 21-7. The Tigers lead. Let's hope they can hold on to it here in the 4th. You're following Tiger Football in the CU. Welcome back to Finley Stadium, 2nd and 2 for the Bears as they take over on their own 33 here in the 4th quarter. 21-7, the Tigers lead, trying to hold on to get their first victory of their start of their season in their home opener in front of this big crowd.
No,
I can't remember I know,
it's huge.
and I know we're talking about how big this crowd is, and it is packed in all the bleachers. They are lined up on the fence. They're everywhere.
This is a lot.
Malone throws. Almost picked. Probably should have had it, but Nerese lets it slide through. People all up on the patio. You take a replay at this one. Malone lofts one over the head and through the hands. That's a tough one. You'll be kicking yourself over.
Yeah, he played the quarterback leading the receiver rather than throwing it behind him.
3rd and 2. Hands off. Sanders breaks through.
Yeah, I mean,
It wasn't Sanders. That was number 28. Brandon Johnson on the carry. Breaking through the holes, keeps going.
they just ran
Picks
the
up
exact
another
same
first
play.
down. Pikeville's run game has been steady and solid for this one so far. And a Tiger down on the field in a little bit of discomfort and pain.
Out for an injury.
See right here, he sheds that first tackle. Tackle's missed. Everybody kind of stops, but Brandon Johnson just keeps going. The run game has done Pikeville well. About 71 rushing yards so far. That one taken for 14.
Yeah, and we still have enough time left to where, Brett talked about it earlier, the run game can still be used as an advantage for them. And then also, they're a team that likes to push the tempo a lot, so they're going to if they break off a huge run, they're right back to the line of scrimmage, and they're trying to do it again, and we've seen that a few times here now. They're not afraid to run the same play if it's going to work, and honestly, you shouldn't.
Crowd starting to get louder here at Finley Stadium to will their team into a few stops here. Man in motion. Malone throws out to the far side, has his man, breaks inside, able to get away from the Tiger defenders and rumble to another first down. This is a drive being put together by the Bears.
Yeah, he was out there by himself just waiting, and QB was actually able to make a play, get it out there to him at the last minute.
Malone has trips up to the right. Solo receiver and Ben Henson down on the bottom of your screen. Runs right up the gut untouched. Touchdown for Pikeville, and I believe that is Sanders this time. Number 26.
He's fast.
That he is. The redshirt senior out of Hazelhurst, Georgia. 5'8", 170 pounds, picks up touchdown for the Bears, his second of the evening. And the Bears strike back. Extra point up and good. That'll make it 21-14 and cut the lead to 7 for the Tigers. Be back here in the 4th quarter with 13 and a half minutes left in the game. Tigers leading 21-14 here on the CU Sports Network. Fourth quarter action, 21-14. You watch the replay here. Has nobody in the same zip code, able to slip through a few defenders. Braylon Barton rumbles up to the inside the 30, and untouched Sanders takes it to the house for his second rushing touchdown of the evening and cuts the lead to 7.
Yeah, so I think a lot in the first half, anytime, Pikeville would get a decent run going, right after that, CU responded pretty well and shut the run down. Here in the second half, Pikeville's found something, and right now they're exposing that D line, that middle area right now, and CU needs to make an adjustment and figure out what's going on in that sideline.
Yeah, and the biggest thing, just offensively, you've got to respond now. It's time to go put points on the board, put together a good drive, get points on the board, get the momentum back.
I need this drive to read like a good poem, I need it to be long. I want it to be intricate. I want it to be detailed. And honestly, I want it to finish well. We got to get points on the board.
As Collins on the return gets it to the 30, 31 it looks like. The Tigers take over on their own 31.
Yeah, the English major over here.
What can I say? I'm a sucker for a good poem, Brett. I'm sorry.
'Tis true.
Okay.
Trey Bass lines up behind Gillis. And I'm not sure who didn't like what they were seeing, but it looks like Pikeville's thrown a red flag.
The previous play is under review for whether there's a fair catch called.
So we're going to go to the booth. Not used to seeing the red flag out here on this field.
Wait, we can challenge? They can challenge?
We're going to go to the booth, and they are going to challenge whether a fair catch was called or not.
All right.
It's uncharted territory here, and it's uncharted territory in the Mid-South Conference. And
yeah, you're so used to seeing it on TV. Now you're seeing it live for yourself, and you're calling on the game and stuff. It's interesting, and now you're waiting on the refs to get back, trying to see what they're seeing, and it's tough.
But I mean, Pikeville has to feel pretty confident in what they feel they saw if they're going to throw the challenge flag. Sadly, I don't have all the rules on what the Mid-South Conference has approved challenge for and how they look at it.
So
but
do they have someone looking out for stuff like that? Like I'm curious now, how teams are preparing for this type of change.
We take a look at the replay here.
I'm not seeing anything.
I don't really see a hand from anybody go up into the air. He puts his hands to his chest to make the catch. So I think this one might be pretty clear and quick. And this is one of the first few times, too, that you get to see the team, as if you couldn't see them, looking up to the video board to look at the replay. And now they get to make their decision just like you see all the time on TV as well.
I feel so professional.
I know. It feels nice.
Yeah, if this goes through, that's a revolutionary call by Coach Phipps. There it is.
And the official saw something that I've not seen yet.
Coach Corey Phipps, the head coach of Pikeville, in his third season. He's 10-10. Pikeville, this used to be a Mid-South Conference opponent. However, Pikeville moving, and they're going to the AAC. Had several big moves in this offseason. We talked a little bit about the shakeup of the Mid-South Conference on Under Center, and just how Thomas More leaves to go Division II. You have Pikeville that goes to the AAC. Shawnee State and some other sports as well moves to River State. And a big shakeup in the Mid-South Conference, one that's interesting to see, and I'll be excited to see where the conference goes from here. And the referees head back out onto the field from the replay booth.
What do we got here?
After further review, the ruling of the field has changed. A fair catch was called. The ball will be placed on the 25-yard line. First down.
He saw something we didn't.
They're looking at the same camera, I won't lie, unless the other
White
camera.
still has one challenge remaining.
I don't know what they saw, but they are the officials.
All right.
Either way, Campbellsville moves back to the 25, so they'll lose a little bit of yardage. Not too much. They lose 6 yards on the challenge.
Doesn't seem like enough to challenge.
Trey Bass behind Gillis. Sends Shepperson in motion. Fakes both handoffs. Has Busey over the middle. He's got room to run. He's at the 40, being chased down. Stiff arm. Rumbles into the 30. And the Tigers, big play over the middle from Big Jack Busey as he gets to the Bears' 28-yard line. And a first down for the Tigers.
And when you can use a tight end in a passing game, it just opens up your offense so much more right there. You see the play action right there, and you see him just streaking down the middle.
I mean, you got Shepperson in motion. You got the fake to Trey, and then all of a sudden you've got your receiver tight end who's pretty fast running across the middle.
Pulls it. Throws over. Has Shepperson. He's running sideline, trying to shed his man. Gets whipped out of bounds.
And that's exactly what this offense needed after the Pikeville come down and scored. Is that big play? Now you're in scoring position. You're fringe red zone right now, and so now you just got to try to get your points on the board and get that momentum back and give some more cushion back to your defense.
Gain of 6 on the play from Shepperson. 2nd and 3, throws. Shepperson makes the catch in double coverage. Touchdown Tigers.
Brett has left the booth.
What a nasty catch from Luke Shepperson.
That was a seed. That was a seed.
Beautiful throw. Not take anything away from that throw from Gillis on the money. Double coverage catch.
The amount of
Front
touch
corner
on that, the placement was perfect. The defender had his back turned to the quarterback. Late hands from Luke.
That's nasty.
That's high-level stuff.
22-yard pass to Luke Shepperson for the touchdown and a fumbled extra point snap. So the Tigers won't pick up the extra point on that. So just 6 on this trip, set up by the big 47-yard pass to Jack Busey, and Shepperson capping it off with the 22-yard touchdown. 12:27 left in the fourth. The Tigers lead by 13. We'll be back here on the CU Sports Network. Tigers up by 13 thanks to this 22-yard dot to Luke Shepperson. What concentration, fading backwards, double coverage. Go ahead and strut your stuff, big man.
I'm having fun. This is a good time.
This is a great time.
Yeah, I could do more of this. Let's do this again.
Well, you'll go on the road with me to Bluefield, so we'll get to do it again.
That's going to be a trip.
Yes, it will.
That's going to be a trip.
And it's going to be a great trip because we're best buds.
I told you I'm a terrible passenger. I fall asleep immediately as soon as I get in the moving vehicle if I'm not driving, so I'll do my best for you.
Maybe I'll make you drive.
That is torture. I'll drive some, for sure. If you need help driving, I'll help you, but I can't drive the whole way. Don't do it to me.
The Bears will take over from their own 25 following the touchback. Tigers up 13, just under 12 and a half minutes left in this ball game. You couldn't ask for a better opening night of football than the one you're getting right now.
No, we got to see the front seven respond a whole lot better than what we've seen the past few drives. We've seen some very large gaps, and Sanders has, taken advantage of them. He has explosiveness. He's fast.
Kirkland back there again, hands off. And another good run. And Coach Ford getting fired up at his guys. Gain of 7, 2nd and 3. Pikeville moving with a little bit of pace here. Makes a hit, but they'll still pick up the yardage to move the chains.
And even right there, we're still not set. Even when the ball's about to be snapped, you know they like to do their up-tempo, no huddle. You got to get set and get ready.
They're not as fast as the Tennessee Vols offense, but it's very reminding of that. Like, quick to the ball, they get set up. Sometimes they'll quick count it, sometimes they'll take time.
Kirkland throws a quick screen pass over to Soto. Soto breaking through tackles, getting around, able to gain 9 on the play, 2nd and 1. Moving forward towards Tiger territory, not there yet. Ball on the Bears 44. 3 here on the near side. And Soto, as Kirkland just lets it get over his head a little too high. Pass falls incomplete, 3rd and 1.
One of the things I've noticed about this defense tonight is they really do a good job of swarming to the ball. And that's something you love to see. They are all over the field.
And great corner blitz right there. You see Cutliff coming off the edge and kind of making it a little bit more difficult on the quarterback to get that screen pass out there.
Kirkland throws a deep ball, and it slides through. Derek Griffith on the side.
That was a really good ball. A very good ball from Kirkland. Nehemiah Bailey, a little beat out there, not in great position. But the hands late right there saved him.
Yeah, he did recover pretty well.
And maybe it could have been a little bit more from Kirkland. Receiver had to come back and get it.
4th and 1. That's Khalil. That's a hard count. 4th and 1 on the Bears 44, trying to get a flinch. They don't get it. We line back up. 5 seconds on the play clock. There's the snap. Kirkland, another deep ball, same thing. And the catch is reeled in. I think that was one-handed.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a grab.
That was nasty.
As Soto reaches out for it with one hand and just takes advantage.
Yeah, it looked like Wanye was beat from the start right there off the line and just couldn't recover. That time, quarterback almost led him a little bit too far, but a great grab from the receiver there.
That's a tough break for the Tigers defense. Kirkland throwing back corner. Can't get it. Good defense. 2nd and 10. They're on the Tigers' 13-yard line after that big 43-yard pass to Diego Soto. Kirkland pulls, runs, hits Soto once more. Gain a few yards on the play.
Come on, defense. Bow you back.
More like several on that play. It was more than I thought. 3rd and 3. They moved down the field from our booth. It's a bit harder to tell on the yardage at times. 3rd and 3, ball on the Tigers' 6-yard line. Soto in motion, hands off with Sanders. He pushes through, and that's a touchdown.
Touchdown, Pikeville. Sanders takes it in 4-6.
It was a very dull third quarter, but the intensity is picking
Fourth
up here.
quarter is lighting up now as Sanders picks up his third rushing touchdown of the evening as he continues to fight forward and get it. Extra point team on. Kick is up and good. So Pikeville brings it back to within 6, 27-21, 9:36 left in the fourth quarter. We'll be back with Tiger football on the CU Sports Network. Tigers 9:36, up by 6 here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we're seeing Pikeville really open up everything else, and they're going through the run right now. We didn't see a lot of that in the first half. Came out even on their first drive with nothing but passing. But right now, they're going through the run game, and they're using their size pretty wisely against our front. And right now, we just need to make some adjustments and really just make some plays and get in there and sure things up again.
We get set kickoff here. Big chance for the Tigers to grab back a little bit more of a cushion here as we head towards the final bits of this game. Collins brings it out, gets tripped up.
Man, I had people text me about that passing catch. Gillis to Luke. Shout out to Parrish, former alumni here, played football, great guy. Shout out Josh Lockard, great friend of mine.
Just got to hang out with Josh at the CU Cross Country Alumni Brunch today.
Ooh, I'm jealous. Haven't seen him in a while.
Me and him are going to have to hit the links, go golf.
He keeps ducking me.
I know. It's like he's got a kid now or something.
I actually
don't
met
know.
her before since the last time I've seen him. And she was even with him.
Shovel pass to Busey as Gillis gets it out in time. He'll rumble forward for a few yards. Gets to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, having children will make you busy.
I know. I don't get it.
Timeout.
Can't relate.
Injury timeout.
We got a Tiger down on the field.
And we got a bear, actually.
Oh, is that a bear? I'm sorry. That is a bear. I couldn't see the orange stripe the way he
some
was
black
laying.
pants.
I saw our trainers.
Oh, that's nice of them.
A big shout out to my boy Josh Williams down there, athletic trainer. Shout out to all of our athletic training staff and all the hard work they do with all of our teams.
And we have a lot of them.
We have a lot.
32.
They do a lot of hard work.
32 teams, says the counselor.
Whatever.
We're going to step away, take a quick break while we get this injury sorted out. We'll be back here on the CU Sports Network. Welcome back. It's number 14 for the Bears is A-OK. He gets up under his own power, walks off the field. It's always a good sight. Offense, 9:16 left in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 4 on their own 34-yard line. Bass moves over to the left.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought they missed it.
And there's a flag.
I was hoping they missed it.
False start. 78 on the offense.
We'll get a false start
Still 2nd down.
on number 78, Dave Montgomery. Gillis moves Bass over to his left once more. Throws over the middle, has Seiler. Seiler now trying to use his speed. Hurdles a defender. He didn't get much farther after the hurdle, but it does not matter.
But the guy was standing straight up
He was.
and jumped over him.
Take a look. I apologize to those on radio that aren't getting to see this in replay. Right over top of him and tripped up. Big first down right into Bears territory on the 38. And if you're following on radio, go back, watch this game on Campbellsville Tigers YouTube page. Rewatch all of these highlight reel plays. Patrick Oden out. Has good blocking up front, pushes forward. Only downside is he ran into the back of Seiler at his legs. Seiler's fine.
Y'all see that block on the outside by Luke Shepperson?
Yeah. I could stay here all night. This is
Give me
nice.
that all day. All day.
Hurdling people. Receivers blocking.
They're going to
Seiler
call
caught
it
that in
enough, so
stride.
it'll be a 10-yard gain on the pass, and they will move the chains forward for a first down, now on the Bears' 28-yard line.
Caught that sucker in stride and was gone. And that hurdle was insane.
Gillis has 2 receivers out top. Hands off with Bass. Bass goes right up the middle, but has to contend with Chuck Moore of the defense, but still able to gain 5 on the play.
And he flexed on him a little bit after that. Uh-huh.
Gillis checking over to the sidelines, getting the play call. Spencer McCown up at the top. Patrick Oden next to him. They're going to have to call a timeout. They can't get this play called in before facing a delay of game, so we call a timeout. We'll step away and take a quick break. 2nd and 5 when we come back. 6:46 left in the game. Tigers up by 6 here on the CU Sports Network. Second and 5 from the Bears 23. Up by 6. Tiger offense looks to strike back. Gillis hands off with Shepperson in motion. He's trying to get his speed to the edge, follows some blockers, cuts back inside, and inside the 20. He'll get down at the 19, 3rd and 1.
The band went a little extra for that one,
They're good, man. Shout out Corey Bonds, Dr. Corey Bonds. Does a great job with the marching band, always bringing the energy, especially to these Saturday night games, man. It's perfect.
Yeah. It is really how large our marching band is. It's pretty crazy.
Gillis has Bass on his right. Hands off with Bass, but he has nowhere to go. Just trying to shimmy forward, but he can. He actually loses a yard. That'll make it 4th and 2 as they're on the Bears 20.
Yeah, if you
Gillis calling over to go for it. We'll see what they do.
Or maybe keep it. Maybe she go get points, but.
And it looks like they're going to go for it.
Oh, wow.
Offense will stay out on the
I
field.
like it. I like it.
I don't know if I do.
I like it.
I draw them off sides, but I guess it depends on how you feel about the kicking it right now.
Right, and your offense has been good.
It has been 4th and 2.
3 up top, man in solo coverage down here at the bottom. He rolls to his left. Gillis turns, throws, end zone. Patrick Oden, ball out. Gillis was frustrated. I think he wanted roughing. But 5:15, and now you've turned the ball over. So this was the double edge of the sword. How you were saying you didn't know how you felt about the play call. That's the risk you take, right? Instead of taking your 3 points and running with a 9-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the game.
And who's to say the field goal would win? And we
that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
and Colin, but
he threw it. It was a good play. It was a good route. Oden normally catches those.
You never know. That was a great play. Just missed it. Running to the outside is Sanders.
But now that extra point that we didn't even get to attempt looms large right now.
It hurts.
So, that's something we have to keep an eye on, especially if Pikeville goes down and scores.
5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Kirkland at quarterback. Hands off of Sanders once more.
There we go.
Trying to cut through, and a good stop there by the defense to limit the gain to just 1 yard.
Man, he is shifty.
Gunnar Hollis, a sophomore out of Ranburne, Alabama, stepping in. Big 3rd and 3 opportunity for this defense. Trying to get the crowd into it a little bit, make some noise here at Finley Stadium. Sends a man out in motion. That's Soto. Fakes the throw to Soto. Looking over the middle. He is hit by Noah Gray.
Yeah.
Hit the ground. Incomplete pass.
Way to go, Noah Gray.
Noah Gray got right on top of him, able to wrap him up. Couldn't flick the ball out wide. Now it's 4th and 3. We'll see what Pikeville chooses to do. As Campbellsville was aggressive, we'll see if Pikeville chooses the same.
I actually like that play call there. Fake that screen, try to get something going down the middle.
You had a lot over the middle earlier in the game. I mean, that's a good look. Pikeville stays out on offense. There's the hard count once more.
Come on, guys. Don't jump. Don't jump.
4th and 3.
Come on.
I'm still looking at the screen here.
Dropping back in the pocket, looks, and I hope they
No!
know.
Oh, my.
That comes from the back judge. I don't like that, as opposed to the line judge, who is right on top of it. They're going to get pass interference, I'm sure.
Pass interference on the defense, number 48. Ball will be placed at the spot of the foul.
And that
automatic first down.
is a huge blow, as it's a first down for the offense. And we'll look here. I mean,
he's grabbing.
He's got him grabbed, yes. Unfortunate break.
It just looked to me like they kind of got locked up, but that quarterback wasn't even throwing really even to him. I don't know where he was throwing, but
And there is a lot of chatter
that official
from Ben Henson over to the sideline.
But that official, he didn't throw that until after the player looked for it, which is always
4 out wide. He's going to hit Sanders on that little screen pass once again.
Great job, Ellis.
It's a good job.
And that's a pickup of 3 or 4 as they get to the 40-yard line.
Ellis is pretty fast himself. He did a great job.
He can move.
Yeah.
Second and 7. Ball on the Pikeville 40. 3:30 left in the game. Hands off once more. Slips several tackles and able to gain all the way up to 3rd and 2. 5-yard gain. That's where a few of those missed trips right there could have had him down at the 40. Able to slip away and gain 5. That's how dangerous Sanders is. Kirkland. Hands off once again. That'll move the chains for a 1st down.
Met him in a hole right there, and you'd love to see him drive it back. But
Ellis's helmet's come off again. Also, don't like that rule either.
Hands the ball off, sticking to the running game here. Taken down that time.
You shouldn't punish a guy for his helmet falling off.
We have a player down. That one's a Tiger. That's Noah Gray, but he gets up. And he's going to jog off the field.
Great job from Zamari Bell right there. Just get hands on, get him down.
Second and 8. Now in Tiger territory on the Tiger 49. 2:15 left in this 4th quarter. Tigers up by 6. Soto goes out in motion, fakes a pass. Throwing to Henson on the sideline, and there's the flag.
He got a double move.
Double move, got him.
He pulled him. Which is the right play to make if you think you might give up a touchdown,
right?
Technically. He's got to know they're going for big plays in this moment, so be patient.
And I'll tell you, Henson has been barking at our sideline, going at him.
Defensive pass interference on defense, number 19. 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic 1st down.
It's a 1st down for Pikeville as they move on to the Tiger 34 with just under 2 minutes.
Crowd's a little off with the
Yeah, we need to get the crowd in it here.
2 in the backfield. Soto goes out. Kirkland hands off. Sanders inside the 30 now.
Sanders on the carry. Tackle on the play by number 48, Ellis Reed.
Come on. They're going to be doing extra. We just got to keep our heads here.
2nd and 3. Still 2 backs. Sends one in motion. Same set. Throws over the middle and through.
Good breakup.
Nigel Maurice gets a hand up in the air.
Because he passed that. That was in some traffic. There's a lot of traffic right there.
3rd and 3. A huge opportunity here for the Tigers. Same 2-man set in the backfield. 2 back behind Kirkland. Burton goes out. Hands off to Sanders. And he will get that 1st down.
And that clock just keeps ticking.
I might throw up.
Hurry up offense here for Pikeville. They hand off again, and he's breaking free. Number 21, Adrian Medeco, getting some of his first touches in this ball game.
Coach, I know he don't want to use his
That's
timeouts, but he
another
might have
first
to.
and 10. I'm sorry. They're trying to get these chains moved here.
That'll be enough to move the chains for the Pikeville first down.
Come on, D.
First and 10, ball on the Tiger 14. Kirkland. Hands off to Medeco. There's a pile. Able to hold to a gain of 1 yard.
Timeout,
Second and
Pikeville.
9.
This is their second timeout.
And Pikeville will take a timeout. 35 seconds remaining. We're just going to keep it here because the drama's a little high. 35 seconds left in the ball game. 27-21. There are some big stops to be made. Second and 9. Khalil, you're going to give me a heart attack yourself, man.
I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Oh, this is pain. 35 seconds left, and this is pain.
Like right now, you definitely wish you were out there instead of up here.
No comment.
You have to be, because it's worse watching.
If you haven't been
It is so much worse watching.
Can't stop moving.
If you haven't been checked into this game, check in now because it is going down for real. 35 seconds, Tigers up by 6. Pikeville on the Tiger 12-yard line, second and 9. If there was ever a time for the defense to hold strong, it is now. Kirkland brings Sanders back into the ball game. Kirkland will have Sanders on his left. Henson here on the near side. 3 out top. He's looking. Sanders. And he saves the touchdown for now.
Gosh.
No one was
He lays a hit on that sideline and forces him out of bounds.
2 more stops. Come on, 2 more stops.
Correction. That'll be enough to move the chains for a Pikeville first down.
And we have a player down for Pikeville. I guess it's probably a cramp
look like it.
from the way he's holding on, and it looks like a hamstring cramp more than likely. It's been a hot day
Official timeout for
and a
an
hot
injury.
game out there on that turf, so. First and goal, the ball on the 3-yard line. We take a look at this replay here as Sanders just rolls out of the backfield. Big hit put down by Nehemiah Bailey. But you have to feel like this is the stop to win the game.
Oh, for sure, man. Being a defensive player, I've been in moments like this. I've seen moments like this. I think even my freshman year, I didn't get to play in that game, but when we played Georgetown and we won on that last-second stop in the goal line, like that's what you want to be a part of. You want to be a part of moments like that, and you live for those. You work hard all summer, all preseason for that, all spring for that. So these guys have worked hard for it. They've been preparing for moments like this. Facing adversity. You didn't think it'd come in this game. The way we were heading, but first game of the season. You see what your team is made of, and you see how you can learn from
Big
situations
set
like this.
here for this defense. Kirkland sends Braylon Burton. Hands off. Pushing at the goal line. And it looks
he's
like
short.
they'll hold.
One more stop.
Timeout. Offense.
One more
Please
stop.
reset the
Come
clock
on.
to
Takes a
23
timeout,
seconds.
but they're held at the 1-yard line. Well, if you wanted drama, you've got it.
One stop.
I want to say that it feels like you know where this ball's going, right? It's going, you feel as though it's going into Sanders' hands for that rush. But if you're the offense, do you anticipate that and maybe try something different?
I mean, they have a few different options. And I think I'm pretty sure they're going to keep it on the ground here in this situation. You know, they have Kirkland, who is a large quarterback who can probably get himself in there pretty easily. You got, you know, Sanders, who's agile himself, and some other running backs who can also get in there too. So
lining up in a packed formation. 23 seconds left on this clock. Kirkland in. Line crowded, pushes through, and that's a touchdown. I'd have to assume there's the signal. And that will hurt.
Yeah, 6'6", 255 QB. You got to use him in that moment. And
now you have to hope for a blocked extra point or a missed extra point. 27 tied.
And you almost run the risk. You just try to jump.
Getting that offside, maybe.
Yeah, because it's not really going to matter.
Here's the snap, the hold, the kick, and it is good. 28-27. The Bears have taken the lead with 18 seconds left in this ball game.
Hey, chin ups. We got the skill players to do it. 18 seconds, we can do it.
We have 18 seconds.
We can do it.
As an offense.
There's a comparison I can make in here, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It happened last year in the playoffs.
A comparison.
Yeah.
You can move down this field in 18 seconds or just get close enough.
I've seen it done before.
For a field goal. You have 2 timeouts.
I've seen it done before. I think I've seen it in like 13 seconds.
I mean, get to midfield, and you just never know.
Just get within range and hope you can send up a prayer. I know you don't have Devin Neely in this game to kick. However, you saw the 45-yard attempt, and it looked pretty good, just a little offline. Just something to be able to throw up a prayer here. Stay calm, cool, and collected, and make your throws.
I feel like you're looking at me while you're saying this because you know I have anxiety right now.
I am. I'm trying to calm you down a little bit.
You're really talking to me.
You're stressing me out.
First steps first. So we're fair catching this, right? Fair catch it. Just get it at the 25. Don't take no time off. Do you risk trying to get a good return? I don't know. If you do, you've got to run it straight ahead. You don't want to be bouncing it.
And a little bit of a squib kick there as it bounces off our player, and they're just going to – Patrick Oden's wrapping him up, trying to take him to the ground, get to the ground, no more time. You're not gaining the yardage. 12.9.
Wow.
Special. You take about 6 seconds off of that clock.
Special teams are so important in football, and you couldn't have kicked that squib any better. It was absolutely perfect.
Gillis lines up. You have Shepperson and Seiler here on the side closest to us. McCown and Patrick Oden out on the far side. Have Trey Bass in the backfield with Gillis. Gillis takes the snap. Looking, throws downfield, has Seiler. And great hand.
He's got his arm wrapped around his back.
And here's the replay as we take a look at that one here on TV coverage. And
it's similar to the call they made earlier.
Get a good look at it from that angle. See from this one if we can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got it all the way around his back before the ball's there.
And that's what they called Ellis for in the last drive.
Yeah, of course they're not going to call that now.
Gillis with 7 seconds, time clicking down. You have to heave. 1 second, and there's another one where they're all over. And I understand. And the crowd letting the refs hear it too. They are not happy. That is a few tough no calls. And with 1 second left, you're going to have to pull some kind of razzle-dazzle out. This is a touchdown or bust for the Tigers. Not enough time to do anything with it. Pikeville plays way deep. Horn sounds, Gillis throws, Shepperson tripped up over the middle and still nothing. Shepperson gets tripped at midfield and gets absolutely nothing. Pikeville players showing some real class.
Yeah.
And that will do it for this ball game. A little bit of contentious moments, but you see head coach Jake Russell down there in his debut at Finley Stadium. Loses a heartbreaker. And I tell you what, they ought to clear this field quickly. I apologize that there's some silence over the air, especially for radio, but they do not have a very good handle on this at the moment.
Ooh. Yeah, obviously, you know Pikeville very well. You've played them for years. A lot of these guys know each other. A little trash talking's ensuing. Normally there's usually the guys will line up and shake hands after a game, and it doesn't look like that's going to happen for this game. And they've got to feel like they just got robbed.
No, that's a tough one. Yeah, I've had losses like these, and it's just
it's brutal. There's almost a lack of words for it. I'm never one to sit here and tell you that it came down to those no calls at the end, because there are other decisions and things made throughout the games that have an effect on that outcome.
Yeah.
And
again,
but
because those
it's
moments,
very,
because even if we get the call, it's 7 seconds, it's 1 second left on the
how
clock.
much are you going to be
no time
able?
left on the clock. You get one play to do something. So what's going to happen? What's the probability of actually something coming from it? So it's like it's hard to really put it on no calls like that, or whatever you want to call them. But
all right,
what you have to look at is special teams. We had a miss. I mean, that was a tough field goal to make, but we had a miss there in the first half. To end the half, we had the botch snap. That extra point loomed very large, and I remember thinking in my head, like, that 1 point could make a huge difference in this game, and ultimately it did, because it seems like every game I ever watch and someone misses an extra point or botches a snap or something, there's something like that happens. So it's really tough.
We're going to step away and take a quick break, and we'll be back with post-game coverage here in a second on the CU Sports Network. And welcome back as the Tigers drop a tough one, 28-27 to Pikeville, as the Bears come in and kind of spoil an evening, really, one that felt like it was going the Tigers' way the whole time, and then the tide started to shift as Alex Sanders just really turned it on for Pikeville. Got to give him a lot of credit for what he did in the rushing game. He netted 134 yards, his longest being 29. He had 3 rushing touchdowns in this game. The receivers were pretty spread out, but Soto comes up with a big 10 catches for 98 yards. Kirkland had a pretty good game with 188 yards, 15 for 29. They just were able to take over towards the back end, towards the stretch, and that's kind of where it lied, and it just had a hard time stopping that rushing game.
Yeah, that second half, UPike found something and they actually stuck with it compared to, what Brett said earlier. First half, they had the run. They got some good runs here and there. CU responded well in the first half, but we saw something open up, a lot of inside zone, them just being patient in the middle really just parted for them, and they stuck with it, and then it opened up the rest of their playbook so they can get to their screens, get to their fake screens, and they executed very well in the second half. You can't get mad at them for that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they found something, they stuck with it, and they were going to keep doing it until we could stop them, and we just couldn't really string together enough stops. And then that third quarter offensively, we had an opportunity to, extend the lead, and because, Pikeville wasn't getting much going either in the third quarter, and we just couldn't get anything going offensively. And that would have been huge coming down the stretch. Obviously, special teams is always important. It's hardly ever talked about, but it's so important. And just a one botch snap on an extra point makes a difference in the win or loss. Obviously, there's a lot of things we can point to, but in that moment, that was huge because Pikeville's gonna fight back. They're not gonna quit. They've got a good coaching staff. They got a good team. That team's going to win a lot of games this year, and we were right there. Like we had them beat the whole game. But those teams like that don't go away, but they win everything. That's special teams, offense, defense. They win everything, and that's what they did. They ultimately won everything over us tonight. And like I said, it felt like we got robbed one because the atmosphere was great. The energy was up. Defense was flying around everywhere. Offense was slinging it. We've got playmakers here left and right. Offensive line played well. Just it's like a little hiccup, and it just changes everything.
I know it feels like some solemn moments, but let's take another quick look at some of the good stuff as I watch some of these replays put on by our broadcast team, our terrific broadcast team. I'm going to give a shout-out to all of them, to CJ Burgess, to Jordan Annell, and to our CU Sports Network crew of students that have been running the cameras, the replay, everything that you've been seeing. Giving them a huge shout-out. They've done a tremendous job this evening. But back to the game. Jagger Gillis throws 31 for 45. He has about 69% completion percentage, 413 yards, 4 touchdowns. He was only sacked once. Andre Seiler, 7 catches, 94 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Shepperson had a heck of a game as well with 6 catches, 89 yards, a touchdown. There were some tremendous plays. There's a lot of good things to look at, to build off of on this offense, of this defense, and just a learning experience. You got to come out here and see in this first game what your team has. You've got such a conglomeration of pieces mixing together. You have a new coaching staff. You're trying to get everybody to buy into what's happening, what you're doing. I think you saw that. I think you're getting there, and this team is only going to continue to grow from here, and they will learn a lot from this experience.
Yeah, and that's a great point because, we had so many, glowing things to say about the team, about buying in, being receptive, wanting to learn, understand what they're doing.
and how to be better players, be better men, and then also, going about the coaching staff and them being so invested into their guys, putting them in great situations, being great mentors, and really, trying to create a system for someone to want to buy into. So, like, none of that is void just because of a loss like this. It hurts, of course, but these are moments where you learn about yourselves, learn about each other, and you can also come closer together, too, in these moments because they hurt. They're not fun to go through. I am not playing right now, and it feels like I was out there, and it sucks. But these guys are strong. This coaching staff is strong, and they're going to get them right, and then they're going to learn from moments like this and be better because of moments like this. Something is being built here, and that should not be forgotten.
Yeah, we talked about there's going to be speed bumps in this process with Jake taking over as head coach, and obviously injecting his culture into these players. And we can see already that they're bought in. This is a tough game to swallow. It's not like it was the last game of the year, and we're acting like it. No, they're going to get to turn around, come play again next week, and they get to grow from this and build on it. And so what we saw though is 4 quarters of competitive fight from this team, and that's exciting moving forward. I'm excited to see how they grow and build on this moment, because there's a lot of stuff you talk about being a coach. You can, when you win, you can find stuff to nitpick and to grow from, but when you lose, especially in a fashion like this, you can find so many things where you can improve on. And so I think this game makes this group even better in the long run.
Well, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I don't think we'll be able to get Coach Jake Russell up here for a post-game interview, but you can surely check out my interview with him on Under Center, where we'll talk about this game and the next game moving forward. That next game is at Bluefield University in Virginia. That game will kick off at 1:30. You can join myself and Khalil Baker for the call of that one on radio at 88.7 The Tiger for coverage of that ball game. We'll start at about 1:20 or 1:25 with some pregame coverage, and then we'll get started at 1:30 for kickoff, where the Tigers will hopefully pick up a big win on the road against a team that was receiving votes in the preseason top 25. And we hope that you've had a great night. I know we have. It ended on a little bit of a solemn note, but it was a great night for sure. A lot of energy, and I sure hope it continues for the rest of the season. For Brett Sowell and Khalil Baker, I'm Colin Sheffield. Thank you for joining here on the CU Sports Network.